In a world in crisis, can three idiots find hope in the darkest of places? Will love conquer all, or will hate win out in the end? This is a show called Hate.
Hello and welcome to a show called Hate, a podcast in which we explore love, hate, and everything in between in search of greater meaning and perhaps a little perspective. I'm John.
I'm Nick.
I'm Chris.
We're back. Yeah, it's good. It's back. It's
again.
Good to be back. Yeah.
We're back again.
Yes.
Yeah.
Back more times than Star Wars.
Well, we've had 155 episodes.
So more or less.
So yeah, roughly speaking,
More or
I'd
less.
say we've had. That's the funny thing about Star Wars, really, is that there's like 3 films,
It's not that funny.
maybe fewer. It's
Yeah,
not that
yeah,
funny,
yeah.
is it?
Yes. I think we're on 155. Don't quote me on that.
I just did on air on the podcast.
It's too late now.
It's live.
Okay. I think it's around that mark.
It's been engraved into a wax cylinder, which of course is how we record these episodes.
That's how podcasts are released.
Yes,
And then people go hunting for them. You know, oh, I found one.
like a geocache.
Like a Podbean.
Podbean.
Podbean. Everyone remember Podbean?
Do you remember Podbean? From a
Well,
Podbean.
Funny thing is, we didn't.
Yeah, I may have just before we went on air recounted the tale of Podbean.
Nick's just told us a story about something we allegedly said.
Yeah, a long time ago.
John
yeah.
and I shockingly have no memory of.
Yeah.
But if you're listening, Podbean, hello Podbean.
Hello,
Hi,
Podbean.
hi, Podbean.
Hey, Podbean. No, he probably can't hear us anymore. He said he stopped using Podbean.
Yeah, well, doesn't mean he can't. I think he still listens to the podcast.
You're right. Okay.
But yeah, any other service
Podbean?
just edits out the word Podbean.
Yeah.
Podbean, come back.
We'll just take a moment's silence to remember Podbean.
Yeah.
Not the man, but the platform.
Yeah.
That kind of powered
Yeah.
Podbean, the man.
That's gone forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One thing that's great is that when you've done a long-running show with a
long-running but wildly unsuccessful
show,
And
yeah,
very
yeah,
inconsistent as
yeah.
well.
what's great is that you get to see the grifters rise and fall in the kind of podcast circle.
Yeah.
I if I'd kept them, I'd probably have a massive folder of emails from various like, hello and welcome to PodClench, the #1 podcast syndicating app.
Yeah.
Like every week there was a new one.
We're
Yeah,
making a
sure.
new network for
We'd be
English
delighted to
comedy
welcome
podcasts.
your show, a show called Heat,
Yeah.
to our network.
Hi, Jan.
Yeah,
I was
Hi, Jan. Long-time listener, first-time caller.
I was very much enjoying the latest episode of A Show Called Hate.
Yeah.
Like in different
Involved.
fonts.
Yeah, different font.
Yeah.
A different font. Definitely a different font.
And I thought to myself that these guys
I think your views on new technology are very, very interesting and cutting edge.
And I especially enjoyed your segment on Podbean.
I get repeated emails from a guy. He's not emailing like us. It's
it's
an
everyone.
automated bot.
Sure.
That's-
Just
but-
wondering if you picked up my last email.
Yes, but he's very much
No, I did not. Now fuck off.
But he'll say something like, "Ha ha ha! Hi, John.
Yeah.
Wow, it looks like A Show Called Hate is doing very well."
Well, obviously,
Although-
he has not been looking at it.
It looks like a chocolate has at least 2 streams on our platform.
Although I couldn't help but notice you don't have a single comment on YouTube.
All right, mate.
Yeah. It goes like,
Kick him while he's down.
comments are a great way to engage with the audience.
I'm sure they are.
Yes, Darren. I know.
Yes.
You know.
But I'll tell you what, Darren, it's not our fucking fault that our awful, awful fans
Yeah.
do not engage with any of our audio content that we put out for free, by the way.
And we give them so much.
We give them so much and we never berate them.
I can't emphasize how little demand there is for products based on a show called Hate.
Indeed.
Yeah. It's like
We have
like,
so many good ideas.
now like and this kind of
We have so many products.
So
that are
many
just waiting.
So many products.
But there's just zero demand for them.
Exactly.
And there's so much kind of like so much of this spam comes this way. So
Yeah.
like, it's always like the get rich quick scheme is just around the corner. And I know now that Darren, what's his name? Darren
Aronofsky.
Darren Aronofsky
Darren Everyman.
is not emailing me directly. He has built a bot, bought a bot,
Yeah.
stolen a bot,
Fought a bot, defeated it,
Yeah.
and it now serves him.
He's
And the box-
tamed the bot.
Tamed the bot
and the bot's dark heart is now just sending this personalized message.
to Jan.
And I know that if I respond in any way, even to tell him to piss off,
That's it.
You're
That
gonna
I'm-
get
I'm
even
playing
more.
the game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
yet, despite that, he's just gotten under my skin, this one. I want to message him. I want to have an intimate, personal conversation with this man. I want to say, Darren, listen to me.
Darren.
We've done 155 episodes.
Yeah.
do you think I care about engagement? Like, look at the ship we're driving,
Yeah,
Darren.
you clearly have never listened to the show, Darren.
Yeah.
If our MO was traffic, we'd have stopped this a long time ago.
If our MO was anything,
Yeah.
we'd have probably...
I'm
I
not-
don't really know why we do this.
We definitely don't have a mission statement.
I feel like at this point it's kind of like a weird... You know when a doctor hits you on the knee and your leg kicks?
Sure, yeah.
I think it's like that.
It's like that every 2 weeks.
It's that every 2 weeks I'm just like, I find myself here.
We just test. It's just a reflex now.
Yeah.
Just turn up.
That's the one I was looking for.
I just turn up.
Yeah.
But I would also explain, like, the moment we stop recording, each of us, it's a noted phenomenon, has no memory at all of anything we talked about.
This is
sounds
genuinely
like, Sounds
true,
like a
yeah.
joke.
No, it's
Yeah.
true. We have an assortment of friends.
Yeah.
Not very many. Let's
Wow,
not-
Big Billy Friends over here.
Let's not oversell this bit.
I have 6 friends.
Yeah, you know, like a serial variety pack
Yeah.
of friends. And they will text me after listening to an episode.
Sure.
Bear in mind also that a good week has passed by the time they hear it
Yeah.
from when I recorded it.
Yeah.
And they'll say something like, "But that badge you got what for?"
Yeah.
And I'm like,
What the hell are you talking
"What the
about?
fuck? Who?"
Yeah.
A, who are you?
Yeah.
Because I have very few friends. And B, what? I don't
Yeah.
understand anything.
What do you mean?
I've
What do you
never
mean?
understood anything.
No.
Yeah.
And also, like, when we're not in this room for the rest of a fortnight, we do keep it quite locked down.
Yes.
Like, we're not very exuberant people when you meet us.
No.
in
The
real
instant the
life,
mics
you know.
turn off, we never say another word to each other, and we just walk in a different compass direction.
Yeah, we clock out.
Yeah.
This genuinely, I'm not
Yeah,
kidding.
yeah.
It's probably the most I talk, like on a fortnitely basis.
All week.
Oh,
Yeah,
easily.
I-
yeah.
like,
Easily.
over, let's say over an hour and a half, and you could say longer. Period.
Yeah.
We try to keep it.
Yeah, we try to keep it brief.
I would say in terms of word density,
Word density.
this
yeah.
is the hardest I fucking talk.
Yeah, I would
Like
say
I
so.
go hard.
over
this
that
show.
period of time. I
Yeah.
would say so.
Hmm.
And I never remember either. I get home. Bear in mind, I live a 5-minute walk away.
Mm.
What were everyone's loves and hates? Don't know.
Don't know. Couldn't
Yeah.
tell you.
Couldn't tell you.
And the survival mechanism we've now finally learned after 150 episodes is to very quickly run to the whiteboard after the episode
Yes.
and
Yes.
scribble down what the loves and hates are.
And a title.
And a title. Yes,
Because it could be anything.
Yeah, because good God, I can't.
Yeah.
I can't be remembering these things.
No.
You know.
You shouldn't have to. Shouldn't have to.
No.
It's funny you mentioned earlier about the sort of time we've been doing this for, and obviously the
Yes.
grifts, all the
yeah.
grifts you've seen.
Oh, they come and go. Yeah.
I sort of feel like when we started doing it, we weren't by any means the first podcast.
No?
Maybe second.
Maybe
second or third.
Top 10.
Top 10 podcast.
Top 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we weren't like crazy late to making a podcast, right?
No.
But then I feel like it's massively grown in terms of like the way the production values and the
Oh,
way
sure.
people make podcasts now are like it's like a machine, you know, and you get big celebrities doing podcasts and stuff,
Yeah.
whereas it used to be kind of more of an indie thing. I think we're gonna, and we may already be falling off the other side of that bell curve. Do you know what I mean? But we'll still be there. I feel like we're the
Oh,
Twinkies
yeah.
of podcasts.
Yeah.
Like we will survive the nuclear winter and
Yeah.
come out the other side.
Yeah. It will
Yeah,
be. It will
because
be
we
exact-
have nothing to lose.
No, we have.
Yeah.
We have nothing to lose, and it turns out nothing to gain either.
Indeed.
But
But
we'll be hitting in the exact same format we've always done.
Yeah.
This is like wisdom. It's like Buddha sat on a mountain for 6 years and
Yeah.
came down enlightened.
We are a lot like Buddha. Yeah.
We are actually three Buddhas.
Yeah.
Three Buddha boys.
Yo, we're the Buddha boys.
We're the Buddha boys.
Yeah, hi, we're culturally insensitive.
But I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
I think we attained podcast enlightenment, where we stopped
Yeah.
caring about the quality or our audience,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
It worked out.
And I think that's the best thing we've ever done.
I think for other
is stop
podcasts-
caring about anything and anyone.
I feel like with other podcasts, that's the moment at which they see success.
Yeah.
When they stop caring. Didn't happen for us.
Didn't know.
Oh no! Here's the thing. I am going to just name and shame a podcast right now.
Oh, here we go.
Because they're one of the. Because the thing is, like, it's not fun anymore because the big names got in on it.
I know, yeah.
Yeah, and now like every brand just finds like a coin operated talent and just squeezes out.
Marmite's got a podcast.
So you'll know this because
Will I?
Chris Ray. I'm sorry, I'm pointing at you.
You're
in this
pointing at me,
audio media.
but looking at Nick.
I keep forgetting. We haven't been doing this very long.
I keep forgetting.
We're pros.
I keep forgetting. No one can see us or hear us.
These mics are off.
Yeah.
We did one episode.
We've
where
been
they were.
recording the show for 5 years.
There's a new
Yes, go
podcast.
on.
I think the BBC have put
The
together.
BBC have a lot of podcasts, it turns out.
Which I think is greedy, by the way, because they have radio and TV.
Yeah, hello. Radio.
Yeah.
Podcast is for us.
They have aerials.
They can send data through the streams of air.
How does
Yeah.
it work, television?
I know.
We'll never know.
So there's a
Witchcraft? It's witchcraft.
Probably.
There's a new podcast.
Oh, yes.
Stop me if you heard this, which is stars.
Stars.
I can't remember her name.
Oh, yeah.
The actor
Yeah.
from Gavin and Stacey, who
Joanna
played
Page. I know exactly what you're talking about already.
yeah,
And Sonia from EastEnders.
Sonia from EastEnders. Now,
What a pairing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I know about this because I heard an advert for it
Yeah.
on another podcast I was listening to.
Oh.
And it honestly felt like a parody. Like, as in, this is this a joke? This can't be real.
It's them watching telly, isn't
Yes,
it?
they're talking about things on TV.
So what? Oh, so they're not talking about their experiences on the various shows they've made.
No, it's not about. It's not a podcast about Gavin and Stacey, but also EastEnders,
Which would have been an interesting.
which would be very
cross-section,
funny.
Yeah.
But it's like so Joanna Page, as in Gavin and Stacey, was known for being quite bubbly.
Sure.
She was quite
Yes.
Sure,
funny.
yeah.
And
Was she
Welsh.
the blonde one? Welsh.
Yes, yeah, funny and
yeah.
Welsh and bubbly. So in the podcast, it's like we're a regular odd couple.
Oh.
Oh, they've never done before.
Yeah, and Sonia,
Natalie Cassidy.
Natalie Cassidy.
Good knowledge.
It's like
Or questionable knowledge.
Quite, yeah.
Yeah.
Could be wrong.
What's your brain full of?
Yeah.
This information.
This shit.
But it's like you listen to this ad and you're like, is this real?
Yeah.
And I'm driving, so I can't.
Oh, it's all real.
yeah.
You can't
but-
stop it.
But it's like, and if there's one thing we love more than anything else, it's TV. And she's very like, and that's like, and I'm the Joker of the pair.
Yeah.
And then it goes, and this is Sonia, and Sonia's like, yeah, you're right, Joanna. It's never been a better time to be watching TV. Join us every week for a load of laughs and japes. And Joanna's like, oh, I know. I'm a bit, I'm a bit silly.
Yeah.
But Sonia here.
But I think you'll like it.
But I'm nothing compared to Sonia.
We can tell.
Yeah, you're right, Joanna. You're right to laugh.
Jesus Christ.
So join us every week for, fun, irreverent discussions and simmering chemistry. And, maybe you'll fall in love with TV too.
Hey, Sonia, do you want to do another take?
Yeah, join us for Them Off the Telly every week.
Is it called Them Off the Telly?
It's something like
Because
that.
that's
Yeah,
a
it's
brilliant name
yeah,
if you
yeah.
just came up with that.
It's something like that.
Yeah.
It's something like
And it's honestly like, you two have never been in a room
that.
together
No, that's
before
what I,
this
yeah,
podcast was
that's
set
exactly
up.
what I thought, yeah.
Because let's be honest.
And neither had we, actually. to be
Yeah, that's
fair.
what I was about to say. It's not like we have some grand qualification.
No.
That but also we're not pretending that we do either.
Thing is, one of their episodes would have dwarfed all of our collective hits for 154 whatever it is episodes.
Yeah. Well, again, I know I've talked about it before, but my mind.
Fucking embarrassing.
Yeah, I know. My mind goes back
no.
to that when I still worked at the university, and I went to their film production week, and they had guest speakers who were TV producers, and they talked
yeah.
about how they commissioned shows.
Yeah.
And their big the one they were so proud of was James May and Oz Clarke driving around Frank's drinking wine.
Right. What a concept.
And I remember watching an episode of that back in the day, thinking, "Oh, it's quite entertaining."
Yeah.
And my naive thinking was, well,
They're
they
a
must be
couple of
friends.
buddies.
They must be mates, and we
Yeah.
wanted to do a show together. And it's like, no, they had never interacted
No.
before this show came out.
Wild.
And the producers were literally like, "Who are two old men?
Sure.
Who have we got?
Yeah.
Yeah, who knows wine and who knows cars?
Yeah.
And that's literally, I think this is it. Maybe they share an agent.
That TZ
Maybe.
format of white older celebrity
Yeah.
does thing and goes places.
Yeah.
That's the show, right?
Sure.
It's like we've got Hugh Laurie.
He's a fish out of water.
We've got Hugh Laurie.
Who's he going to offend this
And
week?
he's going to investigate mechanics around the globe. And I'm just like,
I don't
does
know,
he
I-
like cars? No.
Round the Bend with Hugh Laurie.
Yeah.
6 p.m. on BBC Two.
You'll watch it.
You'll watch
Oh,
it.
you'll watch
Oh,
it,
you'll
dickhead.
watch
You'll
it.
fucking watch it, all
Oh,
right?
you'll watch it. Don't worry about that.
That's the you'll watch it segment.
And then you'll have to listen to Stacey and Sonia to review
Yeah.
it.
they'll have listened to it next episode. We'll watch Round the Bed with Hugh Laurie.
What do you think of
what
what
an
do you think of
episode!
Hugh Laurie's turning circle? Fucking who cares?
Yeah.
Turning circle with Hugh Laurie.
His alignment was off. Sure was.
So yeah, I just like, there's a Venn diagram, and there's like being famous and there's having charisma, and they don't always overlap.
No,
those
it
two
doesn't seem like they
circles,
need to.
Well, we're neither.
No, it's
We're not
grand,
famous,
actually.
nor do we have charisma.
Or an audience. It's
quite
It's quite say what we want.
It's quite liberating.
It's quite. I feel like
Yeah.
we've said this before. I don't know if we've said it on air before, but it's kind of like therapy. This.
Oh,
I
yeah.
feel like we come here and we just unload on a load of shit, and I
go home
actually
and forget all about it.
don't really think that much about, other than the fact we're talking about the very fact it is a podcast right now.
Yeah.
I tend
Yeah.
to not really think about the fact that it's a podcast.
Well, there's people, because I say at work, I'll be like, oh, yeah, doing my podcast tonight, or our podcast,
Yeah,
if
yeah.
we want to be technical about it.
It's your podcast.
My podcast. Chris Ray's A Show Called
Chris
Hate.
Ray and friends.
Chris Handsome Chris Ray. plus 2. And the Hate Boys. Yeah. Handsome Chris Ray plus 2 present A Show Called Hate, a Chris Ray podcast. Yeah, that's the long name.
Yeah.
But they say, I was like, oh yeah, doing the podcast day. Oh, what are your loves and hates? Fuck if
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a 5-minute walk to John's house.
I'll work it out. I fucked if I know, honestly.
We have 2 very small things we have to prepare for this show.
Yeah.
And we regularly do not do
Yeah.
that.
We regularly turn up going, yeah, got nothing.
Yeah. Do you know what's terrifying?
What's that?
When we sat down to record, I was like, my love and hate locked in. In the conversation we've just had, the love has disappeared. I can't remember what it is.
I hope it comes back to you.
It's out my head. I don't know what's
We're going to have a
happening.
real problem, John, because
Yeah.
Fallout is king.
Oh, I bet
Yeah.
Sonia never forgot her love.
I bet she did not, no. We should get Sonia on.
Yeah, that'd be good,
Yeah.
wouldn't it? That might boost the listeners. This week I'll be going on A Show Called Hate to talk about what I hate about television. And also
like
what
what
I
I
love
hate
about television.
But it's like that's the joke background podcast you have in a comedy show.
Yeah.
Where it's just playing in the background or
Yeah.
something like that. You know?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, my God.
Christ.
Oh dear.
Anyway, I hope it's great. I'm sure they're doing very well.
Yeah,
I'm sure
I
they
wish them
are.
all the best.
Don't worry about that.
Yeah, they'll
worry
be
about that.
fine, I imagine. Yeah.
Just to keep ringing this bell for a moment longer.
Ding-a-ling.
But before you start,
Now that like the first wave of like famous people did it, and now we're on like what the 4th or 5th wave.
sure.
I reckon.
I assume there has to be an
Excuse me.
Good
sorry.
God.
That was a big one. Please continue. I didn't want to bottle it in. It sounded like it was going to be
you
good.
wouldn't get that in Sonia's podcast.
It's far worse.
They have a burp button.
Far worse.
They've got real
Yeah,
kit.
they've got budget.
Yeah,
burp
exactly.
buttons.
Yeah.
But you know, it's like
And
They've
someone
got it-
edits it rather than this, which just goes out unedited.
I edit
Bollocks.
it.
Yeah.
I edit this
Bollocks.
shit. No, I spend levels, my friend.
Yeah.
Levels. I spend
Very
so much
important.
time
But we
trying
all
to
speak
level.
at the same volume so consistently.
So consistently.
Yeah.
We're very consistent performers.
Talker.
What?
What I really love is that, like, Rayman and I, and I'm just going to say it on air now, have quite a consistent 6 to 8 inches between our mouth and the microphone.
I don't know what the fucking problem is, John.
And you're on a fucking, like, slip and slide in the corner.
I'm very exuberant. I move around a lot.
Very head talk.
You don't want to wind in this performance.
No.
It's all part of it.
It's
yeah.
all part of it.
Yeah.
My inconsistency.
All I was going to say is that it seems like they're kind of scraping the barrel now when it comes to like high budget mainstream podcasts.
This is why I think we're on the other side of the bell curve.
Yeah.
And I think podcasting as a medium is going to die. And we will be forced to upload
We'll
it
be there.
via Instagram through our stories.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we'll be riding it straight to hell.
I see Big Punch Studios have uploaded another 176 stories simultaneously.
Yeah.
And they're all out of order.
Piece it together,
Piece it
friends.
together. Off you go.
It's like an audio jigsaw puzzle.
Yeah. There you go.
Oh, yikes.
Good.
Yeah.
You don't see a lot of podcasts that do 6 episodes and take a 12-month break. I think that was our strategy as well.
Was it as few as 6?
It was something
We
like that.
really established our audience.
Yeah.
We really established
Maybe that
our
was the
audience.
sweet spot where if we hadn't done that, we'd have been superstars.
We'd be
Yeah.
we'd be really famous by now.
We'd
We'd be on
fucking
tour.
stacked it like 6 episodes in.
We'd have a visualized podcast by now, which is basically
Yeah.
just a TV show.
It is.
Yeah. But that's the thing. as
Here's
well.
a visualized podcast. Oh, fuck
Oh,
off.
that's what they call it?
Yeah.
Fuck me.
They have one for the
Some-
traitors.
Someone uses that word.
Yeah.
Like
So Ed
visualised-
Gamble did a podcast, inverted commas, which was like a sister show to the traitors.
Right.
I enjoy the traitors. So we watched it. It
Is
was,
Ed Gamble the presenter?
Of the-
Ah.
so we
But
were like,
what's
he
his
was like,
connection?
welcome to this, but they filmed it and they were all in a studio
Yeah.
talking. And he was like, welcome to this visual podcast. It's like, it's a fucking TV show. Don't call it that.
But I guess they also put it out as a podcast.
But you
Yeah.
could do that for anything.
You
But,
could
couldn't
do
you?
that.
words mean things.
Yeah. Welcome to this visualized podcast. We've gone completely the other way with it.
But while I'm on
Here we
the
go.
subject,
Here we go.
this also annoys me because it's like
We haven't even got to it.
everybody's got a slick podcast studio, and I say that not out of jealousy, just because we've got like rogue curtains hanging up in the corners. Here. Yeah.
Have we mentioned this before? That every time we come in here, we have to put up 1, 2, 3, 4 curtains.
Hanging from like what look like coat hooks that you've put in every sort of significant vertex
Yeah.
of the
Oh
room.
no, I'm sorry. Let me take the exact words you just said, but rephrase it. The coat hooks I generously hung.
Yeah, so I did leave out generously.
This is your house.
I left it out for a reason.
Yeah, this is my point. You're like, oh, what's that up in the fucking corner of a room? A coat
It's really
hanger.
weird that this room's just got coat hooks.
Yes,
Like,
I
hanging in
bought like 16 coat
the...
hangers.
It's so weird.
I
man.
always thought you inherited them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They just came with the house.
because the previous occupant had a lot of coats, I guess.
One
yeah.
previous
This was
curtain
probably
room.
the sex dungeon.
Yeah, I'd have thought
Yeah,
so.
I
No.
thought so, yeah.
But it's to further soundproof the room along with all these blue and black tiles.
Yeah,
that we have up in here.
surely, let's talk about the coat hooks. The weirdest
Let's
part
talk
is
about the
there's-
weird part.
The weirdest part was blue and black foam tiles on the ceiling.
I'm
and
not
the
sure
walls,
we've ever
yeah.
put a photo of this studio on the Facebook, have we?
It's actually very hard to take a photo of
Yeah, that is
because
true.
it's
Yeah.
so small.
It's a very tiny
yeah.
room.
That is
We're very
true.
close to each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the one
Cut your nails.
the visualized podcast we did do, which was basically just a TV show, was in Nick's living room.
Oh, yes, it was.
So everyone
yeah.
probably now who watched that, like both of them, assumes that we are in that room all the time.
That's what they picture when
We've
they
only ever recorded in that room once.
That's
Yeah.
true. And
So-
it's a nightmare.
Yeah. But when I moan,
Didn't we chuck beer everywhere?
yeah, literally the
We
first
kept
thing we
dropping
did. Yeah.
beer.
So literally, like I am not bemoaning the fact that these people have like hardcore professional podcast studios. I'm not jealous. I'm not. I'm not. Shut up. I'm
Kinda
not
sound-
jealous.
kinda
Sounds
jealous.
like you are.
No,
yeah.
Yeah, it does
but it
sound-
annoys me that there is now a language in our species has a term now for what a podcast studio is, and it's a trendy building in the middle of LA, and you can just walk in.
Yeah.
You know, like you say, you've got a slot booked.
Oh, you book a bit of time.
Yeah, and of course it's like you've got your branded microphone.
Oh, sure.
You know, there'll always be like some like bougie furniture.
Yeah.
You know, there's
Yeah.
a potted plant.
Probably a magazine.
You don't own a potted plant, but it's just there.
No.
You know, there'll be a nice like a decorative wood frame on the wall.
Oh, yeah.
And there are 3 cameras, so you can do your visualized podcast.
Yeah.
Visualise
There's
for
all
that
And then
podcast.
you clock out, and they just send you the files.
Send you a
afterwards.
cassette tape.
Yeah. Happy
Yeah.
days, eh?
I hate it's been commodified. The whole point was that it was meant to be 3 gooners with
Yeah.
like a kind of crappy microphone in their bedroom.
I remember when I first heard about podcasts, I thought they were like pirate radio.
Yeah,
And I remember thinking I wanted a pirate radio station.
yeah. It was
I didn't know-
It was original pirate material.
I didn't know
original gangster.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't know shit about what a pirate. I never listened to a pirate
No,
radio station,
but it felt
I,
dangerous.
But I wanted one.
Yeah.
I wanted a dish on the roof of my house.
Oh, I have some of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we have a dish? Have our own dish?
We could do that.
Show
I've got a
called.
dead aerial on my house.
I'll probably make that
People
work.
go on tour with a podcast as well, so they have like a stage show.
Yes.
That's,
Oh, yeah, that's
and
a
we have
thing.
been on stage once as well, I suppose.
To be fair, we've done
We're
it all.
our own worst enemies here because we've done all these things, but still.
We've done it all
Yeah.
on a much smaller, shittier scale
Yes.
than everyone else.
We've achieved everything we ever set out to in life, and now we
Yes.
don't really know what to do with ourselves.
No.
Yes, so we just do this.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
I've got a hate.
Oh.
Oh yeah,
If
shit.
you want me to do one.
Yeah. Go on. I'll get.
Right.
a
Well,
hate in, yeah.
before
Yeah.
just,
What are you doing?
Cheers, John.
Cheers.
Cheers, Nick. Cheers.
Oh.
You're awful. There we are. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, all the best.
I wonder why we're not on the BBC.
Oh, hang on, my mic's still out of line.
Smacks it into the microphone. Fucking Sonia off EastEnders would be doing this.
She would.
No, she would. They just edited it out. So my hate is when people cheers things that aren't actually glass or drinks.
Oh, really?
Oh.
What, so if I'm eating a banana steak?
Yeah, people do that now. I see that all the time on telly now. People
On
go like,
telly?
"Oh, I've got a bagel with salmon in it, and it's all a bit of cream and all this," and it's like, "Oh, that sounds great." And then they go to the person they're co-presenting with, cheers, and they cheers their bagel.
They
What,
rub
so they
the-
both have a bagel?
They
and
cheers them together. It's like, what the fuck are you doing?
The fuck are you doing?
One, that's food. Two, it doesn't make a noise.
Yeah.
Is that a prerequisite for a cheers?
I think so.
clink.
I think it should be an alcoholic drink, really, and
Really?
it should definitely be in a glass that makes a noise.
Yeah.
Otherwise, what's the point? What are you cheersing?
This fucking liberal Britain.
What
is
are you
falling
It's
apart? at the
liberal
seams.
Britain. What, like, you might as well let's cheers a Tic Tac, shall we?
Oh, yeah.
Every
yeah.
time we have a Tic Tac, cheers.
Yeah,
Oh, cheers. Enjoy your Tic
Yeah.
Tac. Fuck off.
It's actually there's something.
Cheers is supposed to be like aspirational.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be like, oh yeah.
What
cheers.
is the
Let's-
origin of cheers?
Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
Is
I
it
don't
because you
know.
would cheer? Like literally like cheer.
Hey!
Way.
But you cheers. They say cheers. Let's have a pleasant evening. Let's relax.
Yeah.
There's for a reason. If you cheers everything that doesn't warrant a cheers and it doesn't make a noise and it's not special and it's not anything, what's the fucking point? What is the point?
And also the
And
fact
it's unhygienic as well.
the fact you use like a bagel as an example.
Yeah,
That's
that's just one that popped into my head.
no. My point is there's something particularly indecent about that. Like if you had half, like say, a smoked salmon and cream cheese bagel,
Yeah.
it's a very wet meal.
And you eat the whole thing. My mouth touches the entire outside of that thing.
Yeah.
Like if I had like a box of McDonald's chips.
Yeah.
You know how they're in a
Cheers
little
the
cup.
chips.
Yeah.
Cheers the cups together. At least I haven't touched my food that's going in my mouth.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To your food that's going
Yeah.
in your mouth.
No.
Right?
That's. No, I still don't like it.
Yeah.
No, I don't necessarily like
but
it
it's
either.
slightly better from a hygiene point of view.
No, I'm just saying, like, imagine the scenario to build on what you said.
Bagels.
You've after months of negotiation, you've closed the deal with the major investor.
Sure.
You know, and you go down for a business lunch. Nothing too formal. Just let's get a bagel.
Let's get bagels together.
Let's get a nice smoked salmon and cream cheese
Yeah,
bagel.
lovely.
It's cut in half.
Why don't you just eat that and not cause a fuss? Oh no, let's cheers it.
You go like, well, Mr. Johnson, I can't wait to do business together. I think it was a golden horizon for both of us.
Lovely.
Here. Cheers. And then these two.
The way you said Golden Horizon then made it sound like there was a previous joke that we missed.
Yeah, you looked at us very deeply.
You
when
went
said
Golden Horizon.
No, I just realised
it made it sound like that was an in-joke.
No, I think I felt like I was looking at one of you, and I realised, I'm monopolising. I should
okay.
try and address both of you.
Golden Horizon.
Golden
But no,
Horizon.
Golden
and then these two very
Horizon.
serious men go, cheers.
Cheers.
And they lift up these wet breaded snacks, and then there's just 5 minutes of prolonged.
Yeah.
Oh,
A bit of that.
Whoopsie.
Oh, sorry, I got a bit of my smoked salmon
Oh, a bit of it blobbed onto the table.
onto your
I'm
the outer
I'm a
perimeter of your
naughty,
bagel.
messy boy. Ooh.
Yeah. Gross. Absolutely.
I'm sorry, Mr. Johnson.
Gross.
Our big business deal's been ruined by my naughty, messy sandwich.
I think it's going to be a different kind of Golden Horizon.
Unzip.
oh no! I
And
guess.
then he just Finn. Can't I'm trying.
Anyway,
Don't do the voice.
you go, well,
Well, Mr. Johnson, I think your behaviour is very inappropriate, but I still will cheers my bagel with
he
you.
goes, I think our profits in Q3 are going to be astronomical. Q3. What about Q4? Agreed. Cheers.
Cheers.
I'm so sloppy. I guess we're just a couple of sloppy bagel boys.
Oh no.
Oh no, everyone's looking.
Oh no, everyone's looking at me.
Oh, there's cream.
I'm
I've
so
got cream
embarrassed.
cheese
This has
everywhere.
gone in a very different direction than I was anticipating.
I know you trusted me with your spreadsheets, Mr. Johnson, but I've made a sloppy mess.
Oh. I've got a caper on your pinstripe.
Yeah.
Oh no.
It's horrible. I regret this immediately.
Yeah.
How would you feel? How would you feel
How would I feel?
if we each ordered a bagel?
Yeah.
But I jammed mine into a pint glass, and then you put yours in a pint glass,
Weirdly.
and then we clinked those glasses.
Yeah.
You know what I'm going to say?
I think you're going to say you were all right with that,
I wouldn't be all right with it,
but you're happier
I'd be happier.
because, yeah.
Because that makes it.
Because I think I'm happy with it.
So I guess it's better, and it makes it not. And the whole point of cheers, it's with a glass.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. No, so you've saved it.
I think I've done it.
Yeah. So you take your big sloppy bagel, you cram it in a pint glass, you go cheers, and then you go cheers. Now enjoy, and then without using your hands, you start.
Just upturn it above your head. Oh wait.
And this is the cleaner solution.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah.
You know.
So a less insane way of doing what you just said would be to pick up your entire bone china plate and then
Clink
just like smash it into the other
don't
person's
like that.
plate.
No, I don't like that.
Don't
I don't
like
like that. Why is that a cheers?
What about situations where
I've seen people do it with pizza as well.
Touch slices.
Yeah.
slice veg, slab
Again,
veg.
it's
Cheers. Fuck off.
It's the outermost food part. I don't like.
Yeah.
I don't like that. It's like meat. It's like I had a curry, and you
Yeah.
had a curry, and I stabbed a chunk of chicken,
Cheers.
and we touched chicken
Yeah.
pieces.
Yeah.
And a bit of my sauce went on your fork, and a bit of
Yeah.
your sauce.
Contaminated now.
Ooh,
I've got a bit of
lambuna.
Yeah.
No, I think what you actually meant to say was that you stick your hand into the naan like a muppet.
Oh, yes, and use it like
then,
a glove
and then you
puppet.
reach in and take a big scoop of
A
tandoori.
big whoopsie scoopy and
And then-
tandoori.
you go,
Good God. I think it's our worst episode.
audio poison. This is horrendous listening.
oh no, everyone's looking at us.
Oh no! I'm so embarrassed. Aren't I, Mr. Johnson?
I guess I'm a sloppy curry boy.
I have to take my trousers off because I'm making such a
I'm
mess.
so ashamed.
Why is this turned into homoerotic pornography?
Just imagining your business.
I just wanted a nice segment about cheers in glasses.
Quick to ruin that one.
There's more reasons now, to be honest, than there were 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Because of all this homoerotic pornography.
Thinking of all the foods that you could do it with.
Yeah.
What if there were? But also, it can be awkward when not even with food, but when, like, say, someone proposes like cheers, and there's that thing where, like, would you just raise it in the air, or do you actually make a point?
That as well,
Some
isn't
people
there?
very much make a point of wanting to touch every single other
Some people do.
person's
Like a
vessel.
group cheers is a minefield.
Oh, it really is.
Absolute minefield.
'Cause it's great.
Do you all go in together, or do you cheers individually?
Because
What do
I
you
found
do?
very recently, like probably in the last couple of years, that I've had to be a careless when it comes to a group cheers.
Sure.
I used to want to try and touch everyone's
Yeah.
glass. I was one of those.
And now...
Recently, I've had to make a conscious effort to be like, I don't care. I don't
Doesn't
need to
matter.
touch every glass.
Yeah.
I don't need to. I'm fine.
Yeah.
And I'm not fine.
No.
I'm telling myself
No.
I'm fine, but I'm not fine.
No, it's
I
awful.
thought I was fine.
I'm going to go looking for these people and just cheers them that I missed in that group cheers.
Yeah. I'll catch up with them later.
Hello?
Just smash your glass on the back of their head.
But then you're getting more forceful with the glass.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah, and what if what happens if you're the one person in the room who doesn't have a drink, or you finished your drink? I think
that's where the problem began.
Yeah.
I think that's where we ended up in touching pizza slices together and bagels.
Yeah.
Is because one day, one person,
Didn't have a
there was a
glass.
group of people with glasses and one person had a banana and they were like, I know what'll be funny because I'm a joker.
Yeah.
I'll do something funny. I'll touch everyone's glass with my gross sloppy banana.
Yeah.
And then an awful child was born.
I'm
that
glad we
day.
got away from the homoeroticism. Oh, my sloppy
My
banana.
sloppy bananas touched all of your glasses.
Oh.
I didn't mean to make a mess, and now everyone saw me.
Everyone's looking.
I'm so ashamed. Don't look at me. Look at me.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. I quite like the magic of a cheers.
I
and
like
a
a
toast.
cheers.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I just don't like it being bastardized with things that aren't designed for cheersing.
No. I think in an ideal world, everyone would be sitting around a perfectly circular table. So when you went to do the cheers, all you had to do was extend your arm and you'd hit everyone at once.
Everything
you
gets
know?
smashed.
Yeah.
Cheers. Bang.
With a nice big lazy Susan in the middle.
Lovely. Yeah.
Lots of little dishes on there.
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
Susan.
maybe-
And
oh.
no.
Susie.
No.
I'm so lazy.
so
You're
lazy.
so rotatey.
Oh.
Your bearings are so well oiled, Susan.
It's a lazy Susan, not a spinning Jenny.
No, spinning jennies for like threads.
Is it?
Yeah, for like weaving, I think.
Oh, okay. Good. Yeah. Yeah.
I think.
And what's a penny farthing?
A penny farthing, that's a bike.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or stick and hoop.
And a
Yeah.
thrupney bit.
Oh, I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
Some
Yeah,
plectrum, I
that could
think.
be anything. That's just a made up word.
Yeah, I think you just made that up then.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Has this happened recently? To you
I see it everywhere
personally?
on the telly.
Oh, on telly, yeah.
Literally all the time, and I'm sure I must have seen it happen in person. And I'm like, oh no.
The thing is that despite the
No.
fact that I think I am basically with you, I think I've done it.
Ugh.
Because I think if someone comes at me with a bagel, it's like, Nick, it's
Cheers.
time to cheers this.
Time to cheers the bagel.
I'm just more like, oh shit.
I would
I guess
genuinely,
I better have.
I would genuinely say no.
No.
no, thank you.
Let's get a drink, you fuck.
Let's get some champagne.
Well, yeah, what if
you're
what-
paying,
now.
and then
Well, yeah, and
they
also,
can get
like,
that.
in that scenario, what if one of you isn't eating?
Yeah,
That's embarrassing. Do you just
you
touch-
can't cheers a drink to a food stuff.
Yeah, do you just touch the bagel?
Yeah.
Reach out and touch the bagel?
What if you have nothing?
Yeah,
Yeah,
would
that's
you
my
cheers?
point, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, right. Because
Yeah.
what if I just flick your glass? Like, ping!
Ping.
Fuck you.
Cheers, John.
Oh,
There you go.
Oh, thank you.
That
Yeah.
hurt my finger.
Yeah, well, don't do that. No.
Or just hit it with my fist.
Yeah. Don't. What are you doing?
I'm just putting it on the on there.
Why'd you do
Lay
that?
it down.
Yeah.
Just side.
I'm just otherwise I'd hit it.
He's
Yeah.
being a bit chaotic, I think.
Yeah.
I thought you were being like another dead soldier. You know, like with a,
Oh,
with a
no.
wine
Pour
bottle.
one out.
Yeah.
Pour one out for one's homies.
Pouring out for the boys.
Yeah.
For Harambe, perhaps.
Yeah. Poor Harambe.
No one's going to forget Harambe.
Harambe died for this shit.
For this shit, this
Yeah.
podcast.
Yeah.
For this, all this.
Yeah, all
God
That's
love him.
that's the past, isn't
A
it?
deep pull.
Yeah, the deep pool.
No
yeah.
one's forgotten, though.
No, never
No.
will. Don't forgive. Don't forget.
You got anything to add to this?
No, not really. I just
I
I don't want to have to see it. I don't want to have to experience it. And you two have made it worse by being homoerotic about it.
Yeah,
so.
fair enough, fair enough.
Yeah, no, we're not being. It's just we're just being sloppy boys.
Sloppy boy.
Oh,
no.
no.
Sometimes, it's just that sometimes when you make a mess in public, everyone sees.
Sure.
And it's embarrassing.
It's really
And then you go home and write
embarrassing,
about it in your
yeah.
fan fiction.
Yeah.
Oh, I hope no one takes a photo and uploads it to my private blog.
That only I have access to.
Yeah, I don't know how they
Yeah,
even do it. But here's the login.
I hope nobody visits flickr.com/slop.
Slop baba.
Anyway, don't do it with edibles.
yeah.
Don't do it with
Ruined it.
edibles. Do it
Yeah.
with liquids in a glass.
Yeah, or put edibles in a glass. I think we've
Otherwise,
established.
just eat it. Just fucking eat it.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
thing is, these days, restaurants are serving food in all manner of receptacles. Maybe one day I will go to a pub and ask for a bagel. Don't know why I do that, but I might. And they might serve it in a pint glass to me. And at which point, I think
can
I
cheers.
can. I think I can
That's
cheers that.
permissible.
You can cheers a
Yeah.
pint. So Chris Ray says you can cheers.
Chris Ray
Here's
says.
the rules.
Yeah. Have you?
But it has to be in a glass. There's something that clinks. Something that goes.
Something
ting.
that clinks. Fine.
I guess.
Plate doesn't
I
count.
guess the issue is food aside, but with actual drink in hand.
Hello.
Like we've got cans here as well, and I'm funny about that because that doesn't make a noise either.
No.
Oh, you're funny about cans.
Yeah.
Okay, now I don't think I'm with you on that.
Well, all right. Go on then. So the noise here.
No, please don't smash those
I'm not gonna smash
pressurized
them.
canisters together in whiskey.
Yeah, it's a shit noise, but I don't think that's necessarily
not a
a
cheers.
problem though.
No.
That is a drink receptacle.
That's not a cheers. It's not just the hygiene. It's just the act of actually doing it when it's not designed to be done by that thing.
Right.
Yeah.
And so okay,
weird.
so you're
It's
maintaining
weird.
that it was designed
Just
for glasses.
just do with food what you're supposed to do with it. You fucking
But
eat it.
have you? Okay.
Cheers. Cheers. Fuck off. Just do it with drinks.
Okay,
Steve.
clinking your glasses together aside, isn't it weirder though when you do have drinks and you go and cheers everyone, and if you don't make the even like the gesture of like if you just raise it, don't you feel like a bit
But
of
you
a
can do
bit
that.
of a
'Cause you can
wank-
just
Yeah.
raise a glass as well,
Yeah.
can't you? That's
I'd like to
raise
raise
a
a glass.
glass.
Yeah.
yeah.
I'd like to raise
and
a
that's
bagel.
not touching anyone's glasses.
I think that's fine as well.
I'd like to raise a glass to handsome Chris Ray, without whom we wouldn't have a podcast.
No, that's true.
Probably
yeah.
true.
And his incorporated company, Chris Ray Podcast.
Chris Ray Podcast Limited.
Limited.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers. All
Cheers
the
to-
best.
cheers to that, all the
Yeah,
best.
yeah,
Cheers,
yeah,
all the best.
Yeah.
Ow. I think I dislocated something.
Audio poison.
Good.
Good episode. This one.
This
Good
is
episode.
very strong.
I've got hate.
Oh, great.
I
Yeah,
just had a pube on the table. I don't like that. It's probably mine.
I hope.
Let's just say it's mine for now. Let's just say because it's less. It's my pube. How embarrassing!
Oh no!
Don't look at me.
My pubes fell out on the table.
Oh,
Cheers, everyone.
Cheers, everyone. All the best.
oh no! Our
Yeah,
tens of listeners heard that. Oh no!
Tens.
yeah that's really doing it for
That's
me. actually,
amusing.
How everyone's listening to this.
I wish.
I hate in my stories, such as my TV programs, my films.
Oh yes.
I hate it when my beloved characters get older. I don't want them to get older. I've decided this. I don't mind characters going on an arc and having like growing, like metaphorically, or like through an experience or learning something. I don't mind that, but I don't want them to physically age out of the age that I fell in love with them at.
Oh sure.
Example, right? So, example. Fuck off.
Possession.
Sitcoms do it a lot,
Yes.
right? So you'll get like 5 seasons of a sitcom, and it's just status quo every episode, right?
Sure.
And then, for whatever reason, most sitcoms seem to go through this pattern. Just let it rip. Perfect.
Oh,
Cheers, all the best.
Cheers.
all the best.
Cheers,
Cheers,
yeah,
cheers,
clink.
yeah,
That
yeah.
didn't even make a sound.
Yeah.
No, I'm not doing it. No, I'm not doing it with that. I'm not doing it with that.
It's because you're doing it with a bagel. Just opened a sealed bagel
I'm too busy doing it with this spaghetti carbonara.
in a can.
In your fist.
And like all sitcoms seem to go on the same pattern where it's like they get 5 27 episode seasons, and then suddenly all the funding just falls out the bottom of it. And then their next season is on like FX Plus, and they get like 8 episodes. And because they know it's dying, they decide that the most powerful way we can like tell interesting stories is to put our characters into new situations.
Oh.
So it's been like you'll have the first 5 seasons, and then like season 6, it will be there's been a time skip of 3 years.
I don't like
They're
time
all married,
skips.
and they've all got children, and they've all got beards. Everyone's got beards, and their whole life has changed. And the whole point is like, you're going to see your favorite characters, but now they're kind of dealing with different pressures and different problems and different. I'm like. No, I wanted them to stay as perfect, immortal, beautiful people for the rest of my life because they made me laugh.
Now they're kind of like as sad and worthless as
And
you,
they
is what
are,
you're saying.
and
yeah,
they
yeah.
are, right?
Yeah.
So
Everyone's always miserable. Anytime there's a time jump in anything,
Yeah.
everyone's always miserable.
It's always a lens
Yeah.
through which to see how things have soured.
Yeah.
So I'm watching New Girl at the moment.
Oh, yes.
Which is that well-known American comedy.
I'm
with
familiar
Zooey
with it.
Deschanel.
Zooey Deschanel.
I've never seen it.
And the whole gimmick, it's very Friends-like,
Yes.
right? In as much as it's, but they're they're sort of aged up a bit. So they're mid-30s, they're 30-somethings, and they're all living together as sort of awkward roommates.
How old? Sorry. How old are they meant to be in Friends? Like early 20s? Is that the?
I think it was like 20 to roughly like
when it started,
young 20s to young 30s is the
because again they aged up, of course.
Is the 10 years.
But when I would watch that as a teen, I thought they were like the oldest people in the world.
I know, me too. Yeah, exactly.
And now we're older than
I think
they
New Girl
were.
like hinges very heavily on being like 30-year-olds who haven't really got their lives together in the way they should have done.
Sure.
Kind of. That's kind of the gimmick of it, right? And it's very, very funny.
Yes.
But they all live together in a loft in LA, the kind of apartment that no one like them could ever afford. There's just no way.
Yeah.
And and it's funny. And then there's this time skip this exact thing I'm describing. And they've all moved out, and they're not in the loft anymore, and they've got kids, and they're like trying to find a preschool for their kid, and there's a joke there, and I'm like, is it just lazy writing? Because you managed 5 seasons where the scenery never changed, the situation never changed, and you came up with wacky, very silly adventures for them to go on, which I found really, really funny. And now it's almost like the bank's run dry.
Yeah.
And it's like, I know. What if they have to find a nursery for their kid? And then we'll eke some comedy out of that. And I'm like, but you didn't need that stuff before. You literally had nothing to work from other than the fact they were 5 people who lived together in an apartment in LA.
Yeah.
And you came up with the silly, crazy shit that happened to them. Whereas now you're having to put them through life situations, which are very boring, in order to find comedy. And I think it's just indicative of they're getting lazy with the writing.
People don't know what to do with happy endings.
I know.
So if someone has a happy ending, let's say this as an example, New Girl, they 2 of the couples get together at the end, ish. And then they're like, oh, fucking hell, what do we do now?
I know.
Unless they want to get pregnant or it's about them getting married or other life events. They're like, let's do a time jump. And then we can put them in the middle of another escapade.
But it's like the only way they can think of to give them a happy ending is, it's a marriage or a baby.
Yeah.
That's it. And it's like, that was never a problem for coming up with stories earlier in the show at all. It's really weird. And then there's really egregious examples, which I really, really hate, like the end of Harry Potter, which I don't know if you've seen.
Yeah.
Where we've had their kids all the way through. Yes, granted, each school year they're getting a school year older, but I don't really mind that because it's about school life.
Sure.
They're in a school.
They're in a school.
We're in a school, Nick.
Shut up. Accept it, right? And also, they're children, so they're going to age more than 30-year-olds.
And magic,
Yes.
and it didn't really come up in the books, but magic takes a terrible, harrowing toll on a human body.
Haggard.
Yeah.
They ended up.
They can't
haggard.
process human food anymore.
No, they have to eat dragon eggs.
Yeah.
And goblin piss.
Yeah. Cheers.
Luckily, it's delicious though.
That is lucky. Isn't it?
That is lucky.
That is
So,
fortunate.
but even right to the end, when they were like year fucking what, 13, I guess, year 12, 13.
year 12.
Is that where they end?
Uh,
It's 7 years.
he
isn't it?
leaves.
It's meant to be like our experience of growing up in magic
He
school.
leaves, doesn't he, before
You know,
sixth
our
form?
experience of magic school.
I guess
He goes hunting for MacGuffins.
Yeah, it's been like
He does.
20 decades since I read that book, but I think they go back and finish the school they missed.
That's right.
After killing a bunch of fascists.
Killing, straight up fighting a war
In the
on
common
school
room.
grounds on the common
Yeah.
room. Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're like, what, 17, 18
Sure.
by the end of the story.
Yeah.
And then we have a big old time jump.
Big time jump.
And we see them as fucking adults and they've got kids and they're seeing their kids off to Hogwarts on the fucking station.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
I'm
the cycle repeats.
Exactly.
The factory needs meat.
Children.
Have children. Do again.
Have magical children and call them Albus, like Snape.
Yeah.
Fucking.
We will
fuck
never
off.
get out of this cycle. Ever.
I'm naming all my children after the weird man I met when I was 15.
I met 14 significant weird men in my school years, and I'm going to name my
Nothing.
child after all of them.
My life peaked at 16.
Yeah.
It's so true.
Yeah.
That's another fucking
When I
myth
fought a war.
in the common room. But it's like we skip from Harry Potter age 18 to Harry Potter aged 52.
Yeah.
And nothing significant happened in those years.
Yeah.
And all that matters is the next generation.
They come, and now
Like-
we have a play we can sell to people.
Like Harry,
Yeah.
Harry Potter Jr. is on his, I don't know, his wizard TikTok or something.
Wisdom.
And Harry Potter Sr. is like, oh, maybe you'll fight a wizard. I'm a wizard, oh no.
Shit, I fucked up.
Oh no. Don't fight a troll. I fought a troll. Yes, Grandad.
Yeah,
Dad.
keep fucking
Who are
telling
you?
it.
Yeah,
You're so
whatever.
old, you might as well be Grandad.
Whatever.
Music has aged you, Dad. Music? Magic.
Music.
Have I told you about the time I fought a giant snake and then I used its tooth to destroy a book? Yes.
Yes, it's a weird story, Dad.
Yes, you told me about that one.
Why did you... Hey, Dad, why did...
It's an afterthought story. I know, but when you break it down like that,
Hey, Dad, why don't you ever talk about the memories from the last 13 years when you were raising me? Nothing compares to that time I had that big chess game.
With my good friend Ron.
Nothing compares to the war. The mighty war of our generation.
Did I tell you about the time I went to prom with Cho Chang? Why don't you talk about Mum anymore? Mum left.
Mom died. No, she didn't.
Mum's right here.
She just left you.
Well, while we're on this kind of topic, How I Met Your Mother's another good example of this.
Yes. Oh, yes. This is an egregious example.
I read today it's 10 years today since the finale came out of How I Met Your Mother, which is widely hated.
Yes, lots of people hate that. Yeah.
Do you know what happened? Have you watched How I Met
My
Your Mother?
brother was very into How I Met Your Mother.
So they spend the entire last season at the characters Barney and Robin's wedding.
Yes.
And that's fine, because that's, laughs and things.
Laughs and chuckles were had.
And then the last episode, like the finale, is a slightly elongated episode where they skip and just meet them at certain points over the next 20 years.
I haven't seen this episode. I already hate it.
Something like that. And it ends with it just, in the finale, they just went, oh yeah, we got divorced. And that's just one of the scenes that plays out when they skip in between years.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, wait. Now,
And then it ends with the main character. And bear in mind, the whole story is about how he met these kids' mother.
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
the story he's telling. She died, it turns out,
Yes, I was
5 years previous. And the story ends with him doing what he did in the pilot episode, which is going, and Ted, this is, the main character, going and trying to get back with Robin. And it's like, where the hell did that come from in one episode?
Whoa.
You can't, that's why you can't show years worth of content or skip
like
over
10
years
minutes.
worth of content in, literally half an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People don't accept it.
No, you don't buy it.
Because the entire conceit of a show is that it's this framing device that
He tells-
future version of...
Future Ted is telling his kids how he met their mother.
Yeah.
And, the story is basically the 10 years they have in New York.
And each
as a
episode
group.
is like an anecdote that
Yeah,
he's telling them.
and so like the time, hey kids, remember that time my good friend Barney got an STI? And it's like, heartwarming story. Remember Uncle Barney got that aggressive yeast infection?
Yeah.
Remember how awful Uncle Barney was, like all the time?
Yeah.
Well, he's not now because he had a daughter, but we only get 5 minutes of that.
I think you might have hit on the reason I hate it, and that is because you spend so much time with them where time doesn't move.
Yes.
And then we're supposed to accept that time suddenly does move, and very fast.
Yeah.
Right? So whether it's a time skip or doing 18 years in 10 minutes, whatever it is, it's now a gear shift, right? Because we weren't going that fast before.
It's like they get to live in this wonderful timeless limbo for like 17 seasons, and then it's like Hercules dive at the end of that Disney movie, and he dives into that river, and he's like aging, like every second.
What a weird pull that was.
I know. I don't often go for Disney on that.
Where did that come from?
Yeah, but it's a great one.
Anyway, it's time to leave. I don't want to leave. It's time to leave. Oh no! And when you step through that door, the montage begins.
Yeah.
And then it's
No! But it's like I'm in the final season of New Girl. And so, of course, everything's happening. Babies, marriages, all sorts of shit.
Yeah.
Because they have to wind it up the only way they know how. And it's kind of disappointing.
And it's funny that the kind of like the afterlife of every sitcom is very traditional.
Yes.
So you get a job, it's funny you mentioned How I Met Your Mother, which I haven't watched, but they throw in a cheap death. Because it's like the mother who you never really got to know anyway dies off camera. And then,
Which is wild.
So a big thing will be like maybe there's like a gap. So say like a sitcom's been off the air for years, and then they bring it back. And often sitcoms end with a happy ending. And when they bring it back, the writers are like, we need something to hang this on.
Yeah.
And then they just go, oh yeah, the person they married died.
Yeah.
Like and they just go, oh yeah, they.
But it's such a deliberate jerk around to the audience.
Yeah,
from the writers, but the audience go, no, whoa, hang on.
But it renders everything that we were previously invested in completely worthless.
Because for those characters, a lot has happened. Obviously, it's fictional, so it didn't actually happen. But then people try and fill in the gaps themselves, and you can't fill in that amount of
you can't make it work.
Content, which presumably, in some cases anyway, is a much longer period than the actual sitcom is set in.
Yeah.
And then accept that character has changed because you've only seen it across 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes.
Yeah.
You can't.
You can't.
It's possible. And Star Wars is another good example of it.
Yeah.
Because Luke Skywalker is obviously a miserable old hermit in the new ones.
And yet it doesn't.
And everyone's like, Luke would never do that. It's like, well,
for him,
there's been
it's
30
been like
years.
30 years.
So
exactly,
lots can happen in 30 years. But, I didn't see it, therefore I can't accept it. It's another example of it. So,
And I don't know. I think if you're going to tell one story, like one movie, or like a single story that doesn't have like episodic aspects to it, then by all means do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
But I think if you're going to do a series where you have lots and lots and lots and lots of little stories, and it's kind of Monster of the Weeky, every single one, a part of me doesn't want that to change. Like, I think it's more interesting storytelling to find an interesting way to end that story without aging them up, getting them married, or getting them to have kids. There's plenty of stories that have done it well. Can't call one to mind. But
I'm sure they're out.
It's hard. It is hard.
Well, like Avatar: The Last Airbender, right? Which I know isn't really a sitcom, but it's like it's a story. They don't age up in that story.
No.
And then they get to the end, they complete their quest, and the story ends, and it's brilliant. And and in a way, later things where we meet those same characters older, I don't like that.
No.
I weirdly don't like it. Like Korra is set later after Avatar, and I don't like seeing old Toph and Katara. I don't like seeing them.
Yeah, I think one of the things is that, let's take Friends as an example.
Yeah.
That story ended chronologically in that it took place over those 10 years. And fuck me, did they have a lot of questions over the years since going, hey, when is there going to be a Friends reunion?
Yeah.
So there's two ways of it. You could either wrap it up so people get old, and that is genuinely the end of the story, so everyone knows what happens, and therefore there is no demand for more.
You cannot possibly then. Yeah.
Or, like Friends, you just do it chronologically, and then you're faced with all these questions, which is maybe why all these other sitcoms have done it, because they're like, I'm fucking done.
Let's close this off.
And only with Matthew Perry dying will those questions now have stopped, because they won't come back now.
That's so true.
Yeah.
So, I think that's probably why Girl, How I Met Your Mother, that kind of thing have probably done it like that.
I think you're probably right. Yeah.
Well, like to bring up the fourth Matrix movie.
Oh, that's a brilliant example.
There's going to be a fifth.
There's going to be a fifth.
there?
Yes,
They've
I saw
announced
that
it.
this week. Yeah.
And it bombed at the fourth one.
Yeah.
Absolutely bombed.
But it was.
So I'm surprised.
It's very weird. The fourth
So Lana Wachowski?
Yes.
Yeah. So Lana Wachowski apparently said was going through some very personal stuff. I think family members passed away, and they were thinking about the characters of Neo and Trinity.
Oh, that's right.
And I think they publicly said they wanted to give them a happy ending. So returning to the world of the Matrix after all these years and going, well, how long was it? Like,
well,
it was
years?
1999 was the first film.
Yeah, it's pretty much 20
it's been like
years.
20 years.
Yeah, probably best part.
Yeah.
20
So
years.
going back to those characters after 20 years and going, I'm going to give them a happy ending. And like, I haven't seen the movie, so I honestly can't comment. But like,
There's a moment where the movie officially falls apart, and it's quite early.
like, I'm not trying to be cruel because it's like, okay, fine, like, these are your characters, whatever. But like, I don't know. I think creators are very guilty of this. It's like, the point is, those characters suffered. And that was the story.
Yes.
And like, and if everybody just goes back to anything they created 20 years later and makes it all perfect.
This isn't a life. You didn't create a life. You didn't create a world. You didn't create something real that we saw a snapshot of. The snapshot was the thing you made.
Yeah.
The whole point was that the snapshot was the story you wanted to tell.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter what came before. We didn't see Neo's birth, did we?
No.
We don't need to see the beginning. We don't need to see the end. We see the bit that was cool.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
I mean, you do it and you walk away.
You walk away.
And a lot of people have done that very well.
Yes.
I can't think of many, but
Again, we can't.
Well, it'd be like George Lucas, like coming back tomorrow to Star Wars and going like, somehow I'm Paul McCartney for some reason. That's weird, isn't it?
That's weird, isn't it?
he's a digital guy. He's not really there. He's a digital man.
Oh yeah, I saw a new clip from behind the scenes on the
I
Phantom
watched that
Menace.
video.
Yeah,
Today. Actually.
It's George Lucas doing an early screening of Phantom Menace to a reporter, talking about this new technology where you
He
can
had a
have
laser
like,
pointer.
CGI on screen.
He's a digital man. He's not really there.
And he says like, cyber.
That's it.
He's like, that's a cyber man. He's not real.
It's Darth Maul jumping off his bike.
Yeah.
When he's
Which they
fighting
did with
Qui-Gon
CGI.
in the desert, and he's like, "That's a Cyberman. He's not really there."
And honestly, and then later on, the reporter, there's a bit where like they're riding like clearly alien like a camel, like riding
Like a big alien
monster.
monster.
And the reporter goes, so is that like a camel like done up in makeup? He's like, no, that's a cyber creature. That's not real either.
They're good clips.
It was 1999. It was a very different time.
Man.
Yeah.
But he wasn't the first to put CGI content in a movie.
I think he thinks he was.
Okay, right,
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool.
But my point is, it'd be like George Lucas coming back to Star Wars tomorrow and somehow being Paul McCartney.
Yeah.
Well, I was
watching Star
Wars. I was thinking,
and now he's Ozzy Osbourne. Yeah. and I was thinking, I was thinking, I could really contribute a lot to this.
I was thinking, Sharon.
Yeah, and I was thinking it was kind of sad how I left things with
With Ringo.
with Anakin and who?
Anakin and Ringo.
Yeah, and doing a new Star Wars movie where Obi-Wan comes back, drags Anakin out of the lava, gives him a big hug, and then they ride off happily into the sun.
It's exactly like doing that.
It's like poetry.
Yeah, it rhymes.
It is.
Yeah.
It rhymes. It's like poetry.
Yeah. I've got a hate.
Go on.
Incel tech.
We're back on the inside.
Incel tech. They're back, everybody. The incels are back.
Here we go.
They're back.
It's like they never left.
I wonder how many insults listen to this show. Because we put them on blast.
Oh, they don't have any friends.
You'll
So,
get a message out, I am incel. I am incel.
So, I recounted this story earlier in the week to this gentleman, Nick.
Hello.
But
Hello.
I'm sharing it for your benefit, Chris Ray.
You're going to have to explain
Yeah.
it to me like I'm an idiot.
Well, no. So
Explain
I
as
got
if you were to
I
a
got the
child.
terminology wrong because I was earlier in the week I was recounting this story using the phrase incel tool,
Which was very funny to me.
Yeah,
but I got it wrong. It's incel tech.
I see.
So I had the pleasure.
I
Of
prefer Tool, I think.
So I had the pleasure this week of reading the worst sentence that's ever
Yeah.
been uttered in the English language.
Sure.
Which was entrepreneur
Uh-oh.
Jacob Podcast
Oh, no.
has launched
Oh, no.
Incel Tech, funded by Incel Coin.
Oh, no.
That's a triple whammy, that sentence.
Oh, no.
His name,
Jacob Podcast.
Jacob Podcast.
Jacob Podcast from the New England Podcasts.
What I love about... I mean, there's a lot to unpack with that sentence.
yeah. Let's
But my favourite thing about it so far is the fact that he's called Jacob Podcast, which, let's be honest, is probably not his real name.
We need to delve into that.
Yeah, but his product isn't a podcast.
It's got a podcast.
What the fuck?
I mean, you'd launch a reality if your name was genuinely podcast.
Yeah.
Mr.
you would,
Podcast.
Which it isn't. Let's
let's be clear about
Let's be
that.
honest, yeah.
You would launch a reality show just like at home with the podcasts, wouldn't you?
Oh my
I mean,
God,
you just
yes.
follow them around,
And you could do a visual podcast of it.
you could do a visual podcast and an audio version of the podcast.
Oh, an
which is
audio podcast.
Just the podcast.
Wow.
And you could go on stage and do it on stage and that kind of thing.
Yeah, you
Oh,
could do a
wow.
podcast of the stage.
Podcast on stage.
Podcast on stage.
Podcasts at home. You could. That's a real brand.
Podcast at home.
Let's assume it's not. It's the real.
Could do it
surname.
all. Yeah.
Jacob
Jacob Podcast. Yeah.
So
what
let's
do you
talk
want-
about
what-
Jacob Podcast.
What do I know? Yeah.
Where's he come from?
What about him? Yeah.
What's his previous pedigree?
I don't know. One would imagine he invented podcasts.
Is he an incel?
Well, that's the real question, isn't it? Yeah, because he.
Pretty cool name
So
for an
what's
incel.
he launched?
Oh yeah, you should probably explain this.
Yeah. Well, I was going to give you the options.
I see.
You got like three. There
There
are
are three paths.
There are
Right.
three branching paths in front
choose,
of
I'm
you.
going to choose my own adventure then.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
one
Yeah.
leads
Okay.
to the haunted
Yeah.
mansion, which
Yeah.
says Jacob Podcast's
Yeah.
house.
Yeah.
You open a door and Jacob Podcast is there with an iPod.
Hello.
He batters you around the head with it, and that's it.
He's
Game
like,
over.
oh, I've made a sloppy mess of your head. Oh no.
Oh no!
No.
The blood's everywhere.
Oh my bagel! It's gone everywhere.
It's got blood all over it.
Oh no!
So, what would you like to know more about?
I think the company.
Incel Tech.
Yeah. I think
Incel
so.
Tech.
Yeah.
Sounds cool.
So Incel Tech isn't a company, although you're
What
right.
are my options?
Incel Tech, Jacob Podcast, or
Incel
Coin. And you've already scratched at the door, which is Jacob
Let's
Podcast.
go with the company.
Okay.
Incel
So
Tech.
Incel Tech is not a company, although you're right to think so. It is a piece of software.
What do you mean it's not a company?
No, the product.
Yeah.
It's
It's
called
the
Incel
product.
Tech.
It's called
I see,
Incel
the product.
Tech.
Yeah,
it's
it's
confusing.
It's a piece of software. You can. I didn't do the research, but you can download it, or maybe it's free to access or something.
Yeah.
But
Where does it go? It goes on your phone or something.
Yeah, and the point is, you upload a photo,
Oh yeah.
To
an
the
image,
software.
to the software of a face. The point is,
You could
This,
upload.
this already sounds like a con.
You could upload your face, for example.
no.
No.
Now,
You could.
Oh,
but the
pass.
point is, if anybody,
Cheers to that.
if anybody on this planet understands beauty,
Mm.
it's an incel
And the incel community.
and the incel community.
I see.
100%.
Yes.
Notoriously scientifically minded, the
Yeah.
incel community. And
It's worth mentioning at this point, of course, that incels are kind of obsessed with the concepts of like beauty
Yes.
and how that relates to their success in relationships,
see.
if even
yeah,
using that R
both
word is
both
the,
the
right word.
people. Well, I say they're trying to court, but they're not really trying. That's the point.
That's kind of the problem.
yeah.
I think.
So both the
Both their own attractiveness,
yes,
and their perceived unattractiveness as a result of
Mm.
their unsuccess with women,
Yeah.
and also their perceived attractiveness of the women, the goals of their
Yeah.
targets.
I see.
So they have a belief that I guess kind of sexy times and dating prowess
Yeah.
is kind of like entirely defined by like 12 parameters, which would be like, for example, I can't remember them all, but it's all about the face basically.
Yeah, I see.
So it's like the distance between your lip and your nose,
Yeah.
or the angle of your eyes.
We talked about that one on the podcast.
Yeah.
before.
Yeah,
These are the people who batter themselves with a
Yeah,
hammer.
Damn
yeah.
right. In
So-
order to improve those parameters.
Yeah, and they look smack, which is where they
Look smack.
which is where you hit yourself with a hammer.
Clunk, clunk, clunk.
Yeah, looks maxing.
Yeah.
Looks maxing.
I thought that was called like. Oh, you gave it another name last time. Something bashing.
Oh, well,
Bone smashing.
bone smashing. Yeah.
Yes.
No, sorry, that is a subsection of look smashing. Yeah, look smacking. Yeah. And that's
don't
like
like it.
mewing. We talked about mewing.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, so all these ways to like kind of hack your these parameters. So it might be like,
It's quite a waste of time.
what's the ratio of like your chin to your ears
Dick.
or something? Yeah, what's your hairline like? You
Yeah.
know. So the point is,
There are 5 feet.
how
between
big's your
my
dick?
chin- 5 feet between my chin and my dick.
5 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the point
You're
is,
a long
Depends,
boy.
depends which bit of my dick you're talking.
I
No,
suppose-
oh no.
Oh, you're a long dick. You're a long
No,
boy.
that's crude, isn't it?
yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
it's very
we're
crude,
better than
though.
that.
We are way better than
Especially
that.
very small.
We're better than that. Yeah.
Like a mushroom.
Stack of 2p coins.
Yeah.
But it's wide.
After I've been on the machines.
After you've been to the arcade.
Yeah.
I like that.
Anyway, but the point is, you upload a picture of a face.
Could
Yes.
be yours. Could be someone else.
Yours or anyone's.
Anyone's face.
Yeah.
And
Preferably someone lovely looking though.
well,
Yeah, let's
yeah.
put Sandra Bullock in.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well,
Sure.
Jacob Podcast was very proud to brag.
Oh.
Yeah.
He proudly bragged that it works on men, it works on
What
women,
works on men?
The app.
the software.
What does it do to them?
Look, scans faces.
Okay. So you can upload an image of a face,
Yeah.
and it will draw. So it will
Oh, I see.
it gives you a score.
Right.
How hot the face
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
So basically, you
I
upload a
see.
picture, and it draws like a ton of like just lines, like
Yeah.
measuring your eyes, your
This
nose.
is what you should be aiming for.
Well, no, it doesn't tell you what's perfect. But what it will do is
Wouldn't dare,
it
would
will
it?
give you 12.
Can't mess with perfection.
So it's quite interesting in like, and I say interesting in the same way that like, ooh, maybe I should touch that like exposed wire. Interesting. You
Yeah.
know, that, yeah, like, ooh,
That is an interesting
that's fun.
one.
Oh, what's this bottle under the sink? Maybe I'll drink it.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
That is-
isn't it?
that
yeah.
is interesting.
Yeah. So
Brightly coloured bottle.
it gives you 12 parameters, which will be like, the angle of your eyes, the size of your nose,
Sure.
the distance between your lip and your nose. that
whether
kind of
you have a
crap.
beak
Yeah.
or not.
Yeah,
Whether you have
that
a
kind of
beak,
thing.
yeah.
Beak is a 0.
Yeah.
No
Beak's a
beak.
0.
No
Yeah.
beak is a 1.
Oh, I'm fucked then.
And what's weird is that it doesn't just tell you whether you're hot or not. It will, for every parameter
Yeah.
on your face, it basically gives you
Like a score.
it will give you a green,
Oh.
yellow, or red.
I'm already bored.
You're not getting numbers, but if you get green, that says perfect.
So if I got green across the board for all 12 parameters, I'd be the hottest man alive.
Yeah, and I don't think any of us could even. It'd be like a biblically accurate angel.
I
don't
think I'd
any
probably
of
have a
us-
good chance.
Hi, I'm biblically accurate
Hello.
angel.
Is that your cousin?
Yeah.
yeah. So not one of us could
I hate him.
conceive.
He's so hot.
Hi, I'm biblically accurate angel.
This is my brother Nick. Hello.
And they just come in. And it's like, and my brother Nick, sup?
You right?
Be not afraid. You're right.
Yeah.
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 All right.
it's me,
Yeah.
Nick.
You're right,
How's it going?
brother,
Yeah.
yeah.
Cheers.
That's a nice arc. Yeah. So the point is, but you raise an interesting point because I don't know what any of us, I don't know what any human alive would do if a perfect 12 walked in.
Well, I think you know.
do you mean?
You both know what it feels like.
Perfect. Oh, there's 12 different things.
Yeah. So you'll
Perfect
get.
12 is confusing in itself.
So
isn't it?
basically, like
Jesus.
I would probably upload my face, and it would say jaw red. You go, you have a weak.
You've
He
got
says-
a soft
he
beta
say-
cuck jaw.
Yeah, it's like. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, like that.
Yeah, it would say words like that. It would
Yeah.
say like,
It was a so horrible, derogatory thing.
He's so mean to you.
The best you can hope for is perfect. So like,
You have the jaw of a lazy fisherman.
Oh no! That cuts so deep.
Jack D with your face like a brass
Yeah.
teat.
Yeah.
You're a Play-Doh man.
Yeah, so it will say something like that.
And your eyes look like 2 smashed up marbles. What the fuck is that all about?
Work harder.
But the best you can hope for is just the word perfect in green.
Right.
So red is bad, Like amber, yellow. That's like mid.
Who's deciding this?
Well,
Jacob Podcast.
Well, this is the question.
It's a Jacob podcast.
He's following rules, data, and analyses that the incel community, I think, have developed over many years.
It depends which data you follow, doesn't it? Because data could be wrong.
Well, I mean, I use the word data kind of
that's what I mean.
Yeah.
He's probably been on a forum.
Yes,
and gone,
incels have come up with, over the years, they've come up with, I think, what they think are ways to assess hotness. And it's all garbage.
But it's like me making up like statistics about anything and then someone putting something in my app and going, yes, that's right.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah, basically. Yes.
That's 100% it.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
basically nailed it.
I'd like to invest in your app.
Thank you.
Your app
great,
sounds really cool.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
It makes people look like pirates.
But this is obviously
just for a day, though.
Just a day of piracy for me.
Yeah.
But this has obviously come under some ridicule since Jacob Podcast announced his new software, Angell Tech. Yeah. No, it's a legitimate businessman.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you can use this software to upload faces of conventionally beautiful people.
I see.
So
superstars.
But what's weird about their mindset is
just a quick question.
Yeah,
right?
please fire away.
So in these incels, right?
Yes.
Who do they think is the best looking person alive?
That's a great question.
Genuinely, this is a really interesting question because seems they will never be happy.
I see.
Because
funny that.
So that's
weird.
So to bring up an example, which was used in one of these people mocking these idiots, they took Sydney Sweeney.
Oh yeah.
Who is generally regarded to be a conventionally attractive woman.
Shit. Yeah.
And they uploaded her face to Angell Tech.
I see.
And
genuinely quite a good face.
And what it came what it
sure.
came back was saying that she is mid to ugly. Because it said like the only things that were perfect about her. So it would go down the list, it would go like her ears too big. Orange.
So right.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's take that as read.
Okay.
Let's say right, okay.
Yeah.
Let's say Sydney Sweeney turns up at the Angell Tech convention. And they go and she goes, "Hey, Steve."
It's Jacob, actually.
Jacob, no, whatever. One of the
random incel.
Random incel. Steve.
Yeah, I think his dick has already exploded, and I think he's
what
bleeding out.
What does he do? He go, "Oh no, you're mid to low."
Yeah, no.
There's not a chance.
Not a chance.
Yeah, but this is what they do. These are
chance.
the loopholes they'll go through. Somebody will post. This is like a thing. Someone will go like, "Oh, I think that Sydney Sweeney is quite attractive," and then literally people will reply and go, "You fucking idiot! You stupid beta cuck! Look at her. She is like a 3 out of 10 at best. You, what are you, like some kind of weirdo?
Yeah.
What's wrong with you?
Weird, like simp.
Yeah."
It's like the whole point of what they do. It's so counterintuitive because they hate women.
Yeah.
And they want to belittle them because they feel belittled by them because
Sure.
they're withholding sex from them.
Sure.
And so, but the stupid thing is, they really want sex, and they really want sex from a woman they consider beautiful.
Sure.
But they're confused. They've got these two pathways where they really want and really like women, but also really want to insult them and bring them down.
Yeah.
And those two things are in conflict with each
But
other.
and their entire like worldview is that there are like these kind of that women are like these airheaded bimbos.
Yes.
And that the Chads of the world, these like Henry Cavills are ruining it for them.
Sure.
But the irony is that if you upload like Henry Cavill to this app, it will go like, look at that. It will just say things like he's got a weak chin, he's got doughy eyes,
he's got a wet brow.
Yeah, but like it's just like certified nerd,
Which he
kind of is.
Yeah. But this raises the question: do they even know, in their eyes, by their weird pseudoscience, what the perfect man is and what the perfect woman
and I don't
is?
think they do.
I don't think they do.
My question is whether this app or whatever what is it? A software?
I think God knows.
Fucking who cares?
Maybe it's a chip.
It's would it draw or whatever the perfect put inverted commas. There can't be enough air quotes for that, but the perfect woman
but
or
this
man.
is the weird thing is when you upload a face, it will just draw like little lines over the face because it's taking measurements.
Yes.
So if it can tell you what's wrong,
it
should in principle be able to tell you.
I bet you
what's right.
I bet you any money.
Yeah.
That if it could, it would look really weird.
Yeah.
I bet you could take the data from Angell Tech and you could pipe it out through an AI image generation software. And you could tell it to, give the perfect prompt to make the perfect woman, say.
Yeah.
But down to measurements, down to millimeter measurements, height of eye, separation distance of eyes, height of nose, filter, mouth, everything. And it would create a monster.
Yeah.
And then
it would create Plug from the Bash Street Kids, probably.
And then all the incels would be like,
Yeah, they'd all be
Look
like
at that
but
fitty.
not because they think that, but because
Because they have to.
Mm.
the algorithm told them that that's attractive.
Yeah. This is the question. Like, I think if you ever saw one of the people that they purport to be perfect, I think you scream.
I'd
I
cheers
think
their
it'd be-
bagel, if you know what I mean.
I'd che-
You know what I'm saying?
I do, kind of.
Yeah.
Is that when our dicks touch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would either
That's
be-
exactly what it means.
Exactly, yeah.
Well, that's the thing. You would either get the most raging chub you'd ever experienced in your life, or you'd scream, you'd be horrified.
Yeah, it would either be the most incredibly beautiful woman that your dick would explode and you'd bleed
Yeah.
out and die,
Or I'd wasted my life.
yes,
Yeah.
or it would be a monster,
Yeah.
like Harriet Hyde.
Yeah, because from the BBC show from the late 90s that nobody remembers.
Juliet Jekyll and Harriet Hyde.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you remember that?
Vaguely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Vaguely.
It's not worth googling. Don't
terrifying.
Google it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the point is,
I'm going to put her through incel test
yeah.
and see what
But
we
the thing
get.
is, like, if you go to the effort,
Oh.
if you go to
Perfect.
Yeah.
Failed on one thing. She's too
well,
hairy.
that's another thing as well. Because people have been uploading photos of animals,
Yeah,
like the
good.
photo of their
Brilliant,
dog,
of course.
and it will tell you that your dog's ugly. You know,
You've got an ugly dog.
The software will even say
You
that,
should try
like,
Daisy.
your dog is ugly.
I wouldn't like the answer, and I'd go looking for someone.
Yeah, probably Jacob Podcast.
Jacob Bog. He shouldn't be hard to find, should he? I mean,
It's quite a distinctive name.
yeah.
Maybe he's beautiful.
Yeah.
Maybe Jacob Podcast is the perfect
How much
man.
battery do I have?
Yeah.
Nope, my
Yeah.
phone's completely dead.
No.
Can't look up Jacob
Should we
Podcast.
look him up?
Yeah.
Do a quick look.
We'll look him up while we're talking.
A man
and
that-
I encourage you to do the same.
A man that successful must have good SEO.
Google along with
Yeah.
us, listeners.
But I mean, like, maybe there's
fun game.
if they had any self-awareness, they'd probably learn something from this. They built a machine
To tell them everything they wanted to know.
and yet all it told them is that everyone on the planet is ugly.
Yeah.
So if everyone on the planet is ugly, no one's ugly.
But they know in the privacy of their own home, when they go to bed, very, very alone,
Yeah.
they know who they fantasize about.
Yeah.
And whoever it is that they like, whoever they might malign on their forums and on the
Yeah.
Reddit pages, they know what gets their chub on when they get home.
Yeah.
And if the machine tells them that they're ugly,
I mean,
I rest my case.
I
Yeah.
can't find him. It's coming up with a load of people called Jacob who have
He
a
can't.
podcast.
He can't be that famous then.
and yet he sounds like a real businessman.
He sounds really legitimate. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so sorry, the final aspect of this, the third leg on the stool of awful, is the fact that this is all funded using Angell coin, which is
Yeah,
a
oh yeah,
which
go
is
on.
a
Need crypto.
it's a cryptocurrency supported by and developed for incels.
Right. Okay. Right. So the word incel. Okay,
Yeah.
let's start there.
Yeah.
The word incel sounds to me.
Do you know what it stands for?
No.
Involuntarily celibate.
Oh.
So it's not up to them that they haven't had sex.
See, to me, it sounds like someone who hacks computers.
It does sound pretty techy,
Yeah,
doesn't it?
that kind of makes it sound cooler, doesn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
I think
That's
they
what
probably-
I kind
yeah.
of assumed.
I think they
that's what
probably chose the
yeah.
shortening for that reason.
Yeah, that's what it sounds
So,
like.
so just to clarify, there are people in life who would like to be in a relationship.
Mm.
Well,
They'd like to be banging.
yeah, not a relationship. There's people who would like to have the sexy times with someone else.
The reality is,
Yeah.
right, okay.
Okay.
The reality is, and I think I'm not going to say what I've said before because that's old news, but they would shag anyone,
Yes.
right?
Yes. Yeah. If they could get over themselves.
And eventually, if they weren't doing all this heavy shit,
Yeah.
they would probably find someone who had like shared interests,
Yeah.
and would probably quite like them.
Radical notion, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well. Yeah. Indeed. That's the thing. But but I just want to clarify: there are people who would like to be having sexy times or would like to be in a relationship and yet are not, and so are trying to work on that. And then
Yeah.
there is a smaller subsection of those
Who
people.
blame everyone else.
Yes, basically. Yeah.
Right,
So
very
it is
good,
the
yeah.
fault of both the
Am
women.
I out of touch? No, it's the children.
It's
who
the
are
fault.
problem.
It's the fault of
the
the
women
women
who are
for being so shallow and not
Sure.
liking them.
Sure.
And it's the fault of handsome men
Taking their
for kind of
chances away.
taking them. Basically.
Damn those
yeah.
handsome men and their shared interests.
But well, shared interests do not enter in the. into the
turns
equation.
out
this never comes up.
It's never about interest.
people who go to the gym have a shared interest, which is going to the fucking gym.
Yeah, yeah,
Weird that, isn't
Weird
it?
that.
Yeah.
Weird that those people
Yeah.
get along and get together. That is so strange.
yeah. And to bring it back to the Matrix,
Yeah.
Wow, yeah, let's pull it back to the Matrix.
these people think they've unlocked secret knowledge.
Yes.
So, in the context of the Matrix,
Yes.
what
Isn't the brain a powerful tool?
what pillars?
Yes.
We should never invented the brain.
What pill have they taken?
The good one, right?
The one that wakes them up.
Yeah,
The red
the red
the
pill.
red
Yeah.
pill.
So if you've developed a secret knowledge of the world, you might say that I've taken the
Blue pill.
No.
Red pill.
The other one.
The red pill.
That's
Yeah.
what what I said.
All the idiots who haven't worked it out, they are.
Blue pills.
The other one.
Idiots.
Work with me on this.
Yellow
Okay.
pills.
Yeah,
Right,
blue,
okay.
no, blue pills.
Yeah. Okay. So you got blue and red pills. Right?
I always wonder what what the blue pill actually would have done.
Yeah.
I think it was a sedative, and he'd wake up in his bed.
Yeah.
I
think.
think
it
Morpheus
was
would have carried him home
Yeah.
in a little.
kiss on the forehead.
He didn't take the blue pill in the. Oh, he takes blue pills in the new one, doesn't
to
he?
keep him asleep.
To keep him in the
Right.
Matrix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm
Yeah.
not sure that's the blue pill.
No.
Because otherwise, why would Morpheus offer him that?
Maybe
Oh, fuck it.
maybe it would have been
Don't think too hard
maybe
about
it would have been a powerful poison.
Maybe
And he would
maybe
die.
it would
He
have
would
killed him.
die.
Yeah.
He'd have killed him.
Maybe.
He'd
Yeah.
have killed
Maybe
him.
they both did the same thing. It's just that Morpheus gave him the illusion of choice. Let's not get into it.
Oh,
Let's not get into
That's
it.
probably true, actually. I think it's that.
That's philosophical.
It almost
that.
sounds
That's
like-
heavy philosophical shit.
That kind of suggests that maybe The Matrix 1999 was a more interesting film than, say, The Matrix
Resurrections.
Returnings in
Resurrections.
2020.
Resurrections.
Resurrections in 2022.
I think it should have been called the Matrix Rebooted.
Yes.
Yeah.
That would have
would've
made
been
more
good.
sense.
Yeah,
wouldn't
that'll
it?
be the fifth one.
Because that's
Yeah.
like a meta joke. Because there's a lot of reboots
it's
going
like a
on,
computer.
and they make that joke in the film
They do.
about reboots.
They do.
And who's in that movie? Barney from How I Met
From
Your
How I
Mother.
Met Your Mother.
He's
Full
the
circle.
I'll just tell you, he's
Yeah.
the bad guy.
There's a bad guy.
Yeah, and the framing device in that movie is Neo sitting on a couch saying "How I Met Your Trinity."
Good.
Yeah,
By
That was-
Trinity,
It's not.
he
It's not.
means-
It's not.
that was
three
almost a
kids.
joke. Yeah,
It's not a good
It was
movie.
almost a joke.
You can tell it was filmed during lockdown. That movie.
It
No.
looks a little bit like a fan film.
It does. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
very small.
Yeah,
It's very
small. Considering the previous Matrices were very big
Plural.
in scope and action and effects, this
Yeah.
is very small. Small's a really good word for it, actually. It feels very small.
When I think of
very
the Matrix,
contained.
I often think of the words that spring to mind are like intimate, claustrophobic,
Yeah.
Yeah.
cheap.
Sound stage.
Soundstage, yeah. Theatre show.
Keanu Reeves is a good looking bloke though.
He's aged well.
Yeah, he'll turn up.
He'll
too.
turn up.
He'll
He's a
do-
good. He's a
he'll-
nice man.
He'll do what's
More
Is
required.
he going to be in the fifth?
I have no idea.
Okay.
More importantly, he's a nice man.
Yeah,
He's a
nobody
nice
has a bad word to say
He's
about
a good bloke.
Keanu Reeves. Yeah.
So take that in cells.
Yeah.
Anyhow,
Yeah.
who'd like to give a big slap to a love?
Oh,
yeah.
I'd love to give a big
Slap
slap
a
to
love you
love.
love.
Like we do on the show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
big time. Yeah, go on.
Hashtag slap time, as we often say.
We
Yeah.
do often say.
I say that every 155 episodes.
Is
yes.
this a love that you want to slap?
I'll slap this love right in your face.
Give it to me. Sloppy boy.
What's your love?
My love is free family activities.
Oh,
Okay. Yeah.
So it was recently Easter.
Yes.
One of the best holidays.
When Jesus famously hatched from the egg.
but not on a set date.
Not on a specific date, but
No, it wanders.
because no one
Yeah.
saw.
No one saw it. It could have been any date.
But
Not like
what-
Christmas Day, which
No,
is the
we-
same.
no.
which is
People
the
saw
same.
him birth. Wait.
Yeah.
Easter was. It just happened at the end of April.
Yeah.
Happened at the end.
The wandering holiday, as we call it.
Yeah, exactly.
In the UK.
So,
It was Easter.
a local pub
Oh.
in Cooltown, UK,
Yep.
posted on their Instagram that we got a rabbit Easter hunt thing.
We're gonna hunt
We're not
rabbits.
hunting rabbits, although I did make that joke. I was going around saying I'm hunting rabbits. I was enjoying that.
That's a very sort of Tory holiday, that one, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it really is.
yeah.
So anyway, we popped down. We were like, hey, we're here to do the Easter hunt, and they were like, great. So if you walk down what's called the Honeyborn line, fuck, I've given it away now.
shit.
Yeah.
The magical rainbow line.
Oh,
call it that.
wait. So when I saw those cheap laminated sheets of rabbits, like
Yeah.
nailed to a rose bush down the honeyborn
You're
line.
spoiling it.
I just walked
You're
through
spoiling
this.
the
I didn't-
magical
Oh,
majesty.
I'm sorry.
Oh, you saw them. I
No,
see.
please continue your story.
So we did.
Yeah. Yeah.
So basically,
What do you see?
I saw what you've just described. Magical rabbits.
Magical rabbits. Oh,
Which were A4 sheets of paper
So-
laminated.
No, they were paper plates
Even worse.
laminated with rabbit ears stuck on. Not real rabbit ears, but the shape of rabbit ears stuck on them. So we walked down the Honeyborn, and we were just like, it was fun. We had.
What'd you have to
walk.
do? Spot them.
Yeah, and
Right.
then you write down the number you see.
I
at
saw
the
them
end.
all.
Um,
Signed
but we
Chris
went,
Ray,
on
age
the,
9.
we went on the swings and all that with Jacob, and we thought this will be pleasant,
This would be pleasant.
and it was pleasant. And so we
Feel
we
like
just
there's
walked down. And I was like, that was a nice little Easter activity. So
Mm.
we went back to the pub, and I was like, hello. I found 7 rabbits and 1 ear of what I assume used to be one of the rabbits.
Oh, no.
And he says, that's interesting. At the start of the week, there were 17. So they'd either blown away or been nicked. But we
Why
had
would
fun.
you nick a paper plate
what
rabbit?
did you get?
We got an
out-
Easter egg. He gave Jacob an Easter
Even
egg.
though you didn't find all 17.
Well, they were gone. So he
Yeah, but I think I would have been a stickler for the
I
rules.
told him how many there were, rather than the other way around.
Wait, so this pub just basically went and like
Out of the goodness of their heart.
vandalized
No,
a
no,
public
no, no.
Put up
public
rabbits.
They
pathway.
put
all
yeah.
over-
They're probably gone now. They probably to cut them off.
I hope they're
off the
gone.
tree,
Littering.
So on.
Bloody hell.
And
I
then
could do that.
They gave little Jacob an Easter egg. Shame that he can't eat chocolate at the moment, so
That
we
is
had,
a
to,
shame.
we had to eat that for him.
That is a shame.
This sounds
So-
like one of the worst examples of.
It was free.
Vandalised.
You know, sometimes like you go, "Oh, it's free. It's not good though." Like I feel like
Free. No, I think it was good.
I feel
I disagree.
I think it was good.
You know what? It sounds too expensive. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I think it was fun.
I think they should have paid you
We had
to
a
do
nice
it.
little
Yeah.
walk down the Honeybourne line. Jacob was not really interacting with it, but we were, and the rabbits were in the trees.
You didn't even find all 17.
Okay.
And there were 8.
How
Well,
did
7.5.
7.5.
How do you prove you found them?
I was taking pictures.
Did you rip an ear off a
Nice.
rabbit?
No,
Oh.
I, in case he asked, I was writing down where I'd seen them,
I can imagine.
which wasn't required, and I was
No.
taking pictures, which also wasn't
Grid
required.
references.
Um,
This one is at
and then I went.
latitude
He was like, "Thanks for
0.00.
taking part,
Okay.
and here's your Easter egg." Lovely.
Great.
So, wow.
Wait,
so hang
wait,
on.
yeah.
So you,
Yeah.
you didn't pay a penny,
I didn't pay a penny. Got
and he gave you an Easter egg.
free Easter egg.
Did
This
you drink a
feels
pint at
like
the
a-
pub?
No.
Fuck
I said to
me.
Liz, we should probably have a pint,
Yeah.
and then we couldn't be asked.
Wait, sorry.
So we went somewhere else for
What
lunch.
size Easter egg did you get?
Oh, it was like
A little one.
a littleish one, but it was Cadbury's.
Fuck me.
It was a Freddo one, and it had little Freddos in the egg.
No, that's not a bad egg,
That's
actually.
quite a
Yeah.
good egg, yeah.
Question: when you went to collect your free egg for doing
Free egg.
fuck all,
What? I
Did-
just said it was free. You didn't get all 17.
when you looked across the pub, did there appear to be a man who you might think would be the manager, and was he crying, or was there a smaller man, kind of like holding up receipts
his
and
accountant.
screaming? Yeah,
We're ruined.
yeah,
Yeah, maybe.
yeah.
Maybe.
This little egg debacle.
We were going to stay, but they had all their tables booked out because it was Easter.
I see,
Sunday,
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And we were like, oh, people will be here in a minute, so we'll just clear off. And we went somewhere else for lunch.
Yeah.
So,
It's
You know.
interesting to. I can't really pass how that benefited that establishment.
I think
in
they were
any
hoping-
way.
well,
You'd have a
I
pint.
tagged them on my Instagram, which has very few followers.
Probably more
and I'm
than-
mentioning
more of this
I'm mentioning
podcast,
them on this
I imagine.
podcast,
Yeah.
which also has very few followers.
It's probably done more damage than good. That.
So yeah, I'd say if anything, reputation is in tatters.
if Chris Ray goes there, I'm not going.
Yeah, I won't. I will not be there.
Mm.
But we enjoyed it. It was
Okay.
a free activity for Easter Sunday.
So shut up.
Yeah, wait, no. So I don't want to be. No, wait. I will just be this guy. Walking down a public path
Yep.
is a free activity.
Well, yes, but we were doing something very specific.
No, wait. I'm sorry. No.
Hunting babbits.
The
No,
word,
don't be sorry.
the word activity is doing a lot of heavy lifting here.
I
This-
was looking
yeah,
around.
yeah.
Right.
Okay.
They said to me, "Look high, look low." All the low ones are gone. But so I was looking high.
I
Right?
can do that. I can do that on my own time. I can do that at
You
home.
wouldn't get an egg for it though.
You wouldn't get an egg for it. That's true.
No,
Would
but
you?
Mind you, think about it. I've got some eggs waiting at home.
Yeah.
So actually, I
if anything,
would.
I've eaten too much chocolate over the last few days, but not the point.
my blood sugar's through the roof.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but my point is, so so the activity
Yeah.
amounted to
Spotting.
please walk along this public right of way,
Yeah.
which we've
You can't do it on private land.
no.
That'd cost you.
Unless it was their private land.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not that big a pub.
Yeah.
No, clearly.
There was one in their garden.
I can imagine them hiding babbits around the pub.
Well, that's what I thought they were doing
That would have been
originally, and we
chaos,
just were
wouldn't
going to go around their beer garden.
Yes.
So they were like, "No, it's down the Honeybourne line." I was like, "Oh, that's fine."
It is
yeah.
quite wild that they just put them up at a public path.
Yeah, but I'm sure they didn't keep them there. There was one differently shaped rabbit next to one of their rabbits, and I was like, "That is an off-brand rabbit."
How do you know?
How do I know? I said to him, "I saw one off-brand rabbit." He goes, "That wasn't one of ours."
Let me finish.
No.
How do you know?
No, I won't.
Given that this is a public
I'm gonna
right of
keep
way
interrupting you.
and this is all bullshit.
Naysaying my free activity.
How do you know a different rival pub wasn't also doing? You know,
Well, they might have been.
They could have put their own.
Here's
their
the thing:
own
if I had
rabbits.
known that this event was occurring,
Mm.
I would have. I'm not interested in stealing one of their rabbits. I'm very interested in reverse heisting a new rabbit into
Yes.
the adventure.
Well, that's what someone
Yeah.
appeared to have done because there was a differently shaped
Yes.
rabbit next to one of their rabbits. I said to Liz, "That's a very off-brand rabbit."
yeah. Mine would be like
she said, "Shut
flipping
up,
the bird,
Chris."
just 2 middle fingers up
So
like that.
don't,
just like,
don't make eye contact with that rabbit.
happy
That's
Easter,
a bad.
you fucks.
That's
Well, I took a
bad
picture
rabbit.
of myself with one of the rabbits as well, just to say that was.
God, you really make your own entertainment on this activity.
I made it fun.
I mean, to be fair, he probably did have more fun than you, John.
This Bob,
Yeah, what do you do, John?
on his
Sunday.
Sunday, is that Lord's Day? Is it? Yeah.
That's what he hatched.
That's the non-confirmed date when Jesus came back to life.
What did I do on my Sunday?
Nothing. Sat here.
Sat like a lummox.
Yeah,
Didn't do any free Easter
I ate some
activities.
chocolate. Yeah.
There you
Drank
go.
antifreeze.
Yeah.
No, didn't do any of the free activities.
Oh, right, that's quite
drunk,
different, isn't it?
drunk antifreeze.
It's quite different.
Yeah, that's
Ah,
very good,
antifreeze.
Yeah.
My old friend antifreeze.
And then we went for a roast dinner at one of the local pubs.
But
Well,
not
that
that
sounds
pub.
magical.
But
yeah.
not that pub.
Yeah.
Which I feel bad about, actually.
The
Yeah,
pub in
you should.
question, which defaced the public right
Didn't
of way,
deface anything.
hung.
Hung something in the tree for the children.
Was it well? Yeah.
Except you seem to get more out of it than the kids did.
Oh, I did very well.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I
I did all the legwork.
Well done.
I wrote down the number on the sheet of paper.
Is there anything sadder than an institution going, come join our fun day / egg hunt? And
Yeah.
it's basically just, well, we've nailed some papier-mâché
For the children.
things to trees in the wood.
Yeah.
Go walk around
Yeah.
and have mirth.
Yeah.
Let the joy happen to you.
I've got to make peace with it, John, because I'm going to be doing a lot of this over the next few Easters.
You didn't have to. Your baby can't form memories at this point. You just.
But I
You
can.
did this. This is a choice.
But I can.
You can just stay
I'm
at home.
going to remember this.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm at home all the time. Staring at that wall.
Which one?
Hey, wait.
I don't know when that paint's going to
Wait.
dry.
You weren't required to bring any proof back to the pub to show you'd done this.
Clearly.
No, but I like to be thorough.
How long did it take you?
4 hours?
Really?
No.
3 hours.
Okay.
No, about half an hour.
So could you not have just like knocked on the door and said, "Hello, I'd like to do your egg hunt." Sat for half
Did you
an
start
hour.
at the pub?
Well, that's less fun.
Did you
Well,
start?
really?
Sat for half an hour.
Really? I debate whether
Depends if
it-
you got a Game Boy or not, I guess.
Yeah.
But like, did you go to the pub first and say we would like to begin this adventure?
Well, yeah. Well, yes.
You got scamped in.
Yeah, pretty much. I went. Hello, we're here to do the Easter egg thing, Easter hunt thing.
And there's a man like a harried man polishing a glass.
Well, they gave us a sheet of paper and it was just printed. It said, "How many rabbits did you see?" And it's like
That's
well,
all it said on the paper.
Well, I didn't need to write that down.
Well, he could have imagined that.
I could have just-
could have just said it.
I
How
could
many
have- I
rabbits
probably-
did you
I
see?
could have remembered a
No, it's all right.
number.
Save the planet.
remember-
Save your memory.
remember
Just-
the single
I'll just remember it. What's the message? Yeah.
8.
Yeah.
8 was the
Eight,
the
yeah.
It
answer.
was 7.5.
I didn't
wasn't
actually show him the piece of paper in the end. All the work I did taking the pictures and writing it down was unnecessary.
Sorry.
Still got the pictures.
Hang on. The quote
yeah.
unquote effort they put in.
I'll show you some of the pictures I took.
Okay, cool.
We can put them on the group if you want.
You know how like
I think it's
Nick, you know how like if you see
Look,
if
here we go.
you have a cartoon bear and it's wearing socks or a necktie,
There we
it's
go.
more
Look.
naked. Than
way more naked.
Christ
Let me
alive,
see.
Rev. I'm not going to lie. That's
see. Oh,
There you go.
I'm on board now.
No, hey, Rev. I'm just going to say, if ever a picture screamed mirth and
No.
merriment, that's the one.
How'd they get that up there?
There you go.
For the
Let's
listener,
see this one. I want to see that one.
for the
There you
listener,
go.
Chris is showing me on his phone a serial killer-esque photo of a paper plate
I'm gonna-
in the middle of a thicket.
I'm going to try to remember.
That kind of looks
Do you still
vaguely like
post- Do you still post episodes of the Facebook group?
What,
yeah.
this-
Oh,
of
I
this
don't know.
awful
It's a
programme?
lot of effort.
Anyway, if you do,
I deleted the Twitter, so I don't know.
oh, who cares? I'll put because I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't know. I've got 9 pictures.
Tell you what.
Liar!
Oh shit!
Liar!
1, 2.
You found more babbits.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, I got 9 pictures.
Okay, tell you what. Let's upload us 9 pictures to the Facebook group and put in 200% more effort than anyone involved in that paper.
Oh, one of them's of the ear.
So it was 8.5.
8 and an ear.
Yeah.
There you go.
Or
Please.
is that no? Hold on.
Why are you still
Oh
talking?
no, that's one of the same one.
Why is this still happening?
8
8.
8 rabbits.
plus one in the garden.
Okay. What I was saying is,
9.
if you have a cartoon bear and it's naked,
And he's wearing a single eye.
but he's got a necktie, he seems more naked than if he were just naked.
Where are you going with this?
Well, my point is that there's nudity, and there's nudity wearing socks. And if you're nude with socks, you're somehow more naked than if you weren't wearing socks.
True.
But I wasn't. Nude.
My point is that in this analogy, the effort this pub put in is for socks.
But
If they
For
had
the
put, if
children.
they, look, my point is that if this pub had done nothing,
yeah,
it would have been less egregious.
Oh, I see.
Than the
I don't
half-assed
know.
effort they put in.
I don't know
I get it.
because I tagged them on Instagram, and that's got to be worth something.
You've put in more effort than they did into
Got me worse,
arranging
haven't
this.
they?
They posted on their Instagram. They were like, "Hello, children.
Hello, children.
Greetings,
Come to our
children.
Easter thing."
This is one step removed from a Willy Wonka experience.
But it was free.
Yeah.
I guess that is the moral.
If they
of the
charged me
story.
£40, John, this would not be coming to you.
You
with
would be
love.
kicking off.
If you were
This
chased
would
up,
be going to a local newspaper.
if you were chased up
I would be
the
wasting
Honeyborn
up this
line
shit.
by the unknown,
Yeah.
What is that?
What is that? It's the unknown.
It's the Easter rabbit.
Yeah.
What is
we
that?
found the rabbits. Jacob went on the swings.
no, sorry, you put your child on the swing. Can
yeah.
he walk yet?
No.
No. Wait,
He likes the swings though.
Does he?
Brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, let me show you this.
Oh, another picture on a podcast. This is good.
Well, you
Yeah.
keep forcing me to do this.
No, it's just.
Forcing.
I'm sorry that this edifice of lies is crumbling
You
under
tell-
the
You
lightest
tell me if
criticism.
this little boy doesn't like the swings.
Well, that's a dapper kid. I'm not
There
going
you
to lie.
go. Look
Yeah.
at that.
That is an adorable
Yeah.
image of a happy child on a swing.
Well,
Yeah.
you know.
I rest my case.
yeah,
Your
you
Honour.
know what?
Your
Honor.
Honour.
I don't want to talk about this
You know
anymore.
what, ne-
You're ruining Eastmas.
You know, next time I see your son, I'll ask him what his opinions were on this rabbit hunt. You know, I'll report back after that. How about that?
He was asleep.
Yeah.
No, to be honest, was he asleep? He was definitely bored.
Oh, hard to imagine.
But his dad wasn't. That's what matters.
I won't show you another picture.
No,
I'll show you
please
another-
don't. No, it's fine. Yeah.
Anyway, if you post on Facebook, I'll be sure to put all the pictures of the rabbits we found on the post.
Sure. Well, I'll tell you
Okay.
what.
And if you don't, I'll probably forget.
Well, I may not have agreed with your love, but it's definitely worthy of a slap.
That was a slap in love.
Yeah.
I've got one we can slap.
Yeah.
We already spent very long on this one. Apparently,
I didn't think we spent long on the last one. So
spent quite a while on it.
Yeah.
You cannot draw Zendaya. She can't be drawn. It's impossible to draw Zendaya.
why were you trying to draw Zendaya?
I wasn't trying to draw Zendaya, but someone has noticed. Lots of people try to draw Zendaya. I don't
Right.
really know why you'd want to do that necessarily.
Where does she land on the incel chart?
Oh, probably a right. I'll go.
Yeah.
Jesus
Nobody's
Christ.
perfect. Nobody's perfect.
Nobody's perfect.
perfect. No.
Nobody's nerfo.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
So she obviously she's a very attractive woman,
Oh, sure.
but I think she's got a subtlety to her facial features,
Uh-huh.
which makes her like hard to capture the likeness of when you come to draw her.
I see.
And many people have tried, and I've seen a collection of images of very, very good artists. I've got to stress this: very talented artists whose other work was shown alongside it of other celebrities they'd drawn,
Yeah.
and fucking nailed it, right?
Yeah.
And then Zendaya, you look at it and you go, it's not quite
Right.
her.
Call me like old fashioned, or
Here we
call me a fool.
You're a fool.
Thank you. Now let me ask my question.
Okay.
Say I'm an artist, right, and I can draw. Like, yeah, I know, right? I know, right?
Sorry, no, yeah.
I got started as like mocking laughter and it's transitioned into genuine laughter.
Yeah.
I got one of them HP pencils.
Yeah, no, we use those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And one of them, ink pens.
Fine.
Yeah.
Fountain.
That sounds legitimate.
Yeah.
Right. So I can draw any tree. Right.
Tree.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You bring me a tree.
I'll bring you a tree.
I'll just fucking draw it.
Okay.
Right. There's a tree.
And it's
Just draw
photoreal.
it. Can't. Yeah.
You got enough photos of them on your phone with a rabbit in the background.
Why could I then not draw a person I'm seeing in the same way?
It's an interesting question, that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just draw that.
And I'll tell you why. I think the reason is
Sorry,
because
her, not that.
is because that.
Sorry.
Yeah, she
that has a name.
she is a person.
My apologies.
I think it's because, when you're faced with drawing 2 eyes, a nose, and a mouth, we think, I can
Yeah.
easily draw that. I've seen thousands of those.
Yeah.
And what you're not really drawing is what's different about her eyes, nose, and mouth compared to, say, your eyes, nose, and mouth.
But shouldn't you then look at the subject
You should.
as an artist?
And that's where the challenge
what
comes in.
one
That's where it
should.
becomes difficult. And I think there are brilliant artists out there who can capture likenesses, and then there are even better artists like caricaturists who can somehow capture the essence of someone's
Oh,
face.
sure, yeah.
And it doesn't photorealistically look like them at all, but it looks more like them than
Yeah.
they do.
It's like when
kind of
they
thing.
draw Ant with a big forehead
Yes.
from Ant and Dec. That's a
Because
good
he
one.
does have a
He
big
does have a big forehead.
But I don't think Zendaya's got enough to go on. Ant's got a big forehead.
Yeah.
What's Zendaya got?
A worm. A giant worm. And the Lisan Al Gaib.
Lisan Al Gaib!
That's a June
I
reference.
assumed it was a June
yeah.
reference, yeah.
In the creative world, there's often a war, if you will, between artists and writers.
Yeah.
And for the first time ever...
Well, writers think there is anyway.
Well,
We won it years ago.
And now,
John, I'll be honest with
today, your banner falls. I'll tell you what.
Without artists, right, John? I'm going to take Nick's side here.
Right.
You're just writing a fucking book.
Yeah, do you know what Gandalf looks like without someone painting him?
You're
Looks like
just
the letters
you're writing
G-A-N-D-A-L-F.
a novel without an artist, John.
Okay, I'll tell you what. Okay.
Oh, novel.
Tell me how my banner falls.
Okay, here's the challenge. Like, Nick, draw Zendaya. It can't be done.
Can't be done.
John, write Zendaya. Watch me. Zendaya.
You can't even pronounce it.
I bet you can't spell it.
You can't
Also,
even
you are
pronounce
pronouncing it wrong.
What am I saying? What, Zendaya?
Zendaya.
Zendaya?
Yeah.
Well, in my story, it's pronounced because I'm a
You
writer.
can't even say it.
Well, I'm a writer. I've got a fucking power.
Yeah, you don't need sound.
Yeah, Zendaya. Yeah.
What are you going to do?
So what you're
about
saying,
it?
you could write Zendaya.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, let me do the Zendaya challenge. Zendaya sat on a dune, and she looked exactly
her.
how she does.
She looked photorealistically perfect. God damn it, he's got us. Our one weakness is Zendaya, and he's taken it. The war is won.
and Raymac's like, I don't think that makes sense. You're like, no. He's got a point. Actually, yeah. He's definitely got a point.
I'm outmatched. Oh, incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, so apparently it can't be done. It just can't be done.
Well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Does that mean she's like uniquely beautiful?
I think so.
No
Is that what
human
people are
being.
saying?
No human being has ever.
I mean, no one's. Well, I say no one.
Ugh.
Like this feature that I saw, which was this artist talking about this fact of reality, didn't specifically nail her beauty as the reason for why.
Sure.
But I think it might have something to do with it. I think she
Yeah.
has a subtlety to how she looks,
Sure.
which is difficult to
Is it
capture,
the pipe up her nose?
which her piss goes through. That's what still sits do.
Oh,
sorry.
Poor actors in June.
Yeah, with
They're gonna have
pussy
to live
nose.
with that forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What if you took a photo of Zendaya?
Well,
It's Zendaya.
Zendaya.
stop getting Zendaya wrong.
Look whose story is this? Right?
Took a photo of Zendaya.
Tap.
This is what I mean. Could you not then just go, fucking draw that?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's what people are trying to do.
But what? Just draw it. Just draw it.
Just draw it. Do you think you can do it?
Just draw it.
Tapper. Zendaya sat on a dune.
Zendaya.
Stop saying
No,
Zendaya.
it's my story. Let me finish.
Okay.
Zendaya sat on a dune, and she looked exactly how she does. Actually, she said, pausing briefly, it's pronounced Zendaya.
What, into an AI? I don't think even AI could get it right. That's worth a challenge.
That is worth a challenge,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, good.
So that's a fact. Take that
Sure.
to the bank.
What if you took a photo and you trace the photo?
Tracings never look like people when you trace them.
That
It's genuinely a fact.
sounds like weakness leaving your body.
Honestly, try it.
Yeah.
Take a photo of someone.
I probably won't.
The greatest / shittest artist in the world could trace someone, put it side by side, it'll look nothing like him. I swear to God.
Is that because of shading?
I think partly,
Yeah.
but I think also like you. I can't put it into words.
I feel like if I were to trace anybody,
You trace Zendaya.
sure,
Yeah.
but like they just look like an egg because their neck they like, wouldn't have their
Yeah.
definition. I suppose.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. If I was to trace anybody,
This is why
like if I was to trace
caricaturists-
Churchill, don't know why.
Went from Zendaya to Churchill.
Yeah,
That's a big fall.
He'd just look like an egg, wouldn't he?
Well,
Well, he does.
He does kind of anyway, but
Yeah.
ironically enough, he actually gets a perfect on all 12
Does he?
incel parameters.
Oh, that
yeah.
would make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Actually. Yeah.
funny that. And and Margaret Thatcher does as well. Let's not get political.
Let's not get political.
It's a nice podcast about how nobody can draw Zendaya or pronounce it.
He's coming over. He's coming. Zendaya.
He's
coming,
wrong.
Yeah. No, he's talking about my character.
It's,
Zendaya.
your character,
it's
yeah.
one of those names. There are lots of them. That until someone says it,
That was it.
it's like,
Well, we were
how
pronouncing-
do I pronounce that?
Because I used to say Zendaya.
Yeah.
Because I thought that's how it was pronounced.
And you'd read my story.
And I'd read your fanfiction.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
On IO9.
That is the whole story. Zendaya was sitting on a dune,
And she looks
and
exactly how she
looked
does in real
and she
life.
looked exactly like she does.
Gosh, said Paul.
Yeah.
You look a lot like you.
You look a lot like
I know.
Zendaya.
Yeah.
Actually, it's pronounced Zendaya, she said. Angrily.
Angrily. The end.
Posing in that way she does.
The end. Written by Zendaya.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool, what's your love? Take us home. I'm
I-
bored. I'm sick of this.
Sorry, this will be,
I'm sick of
sorry,
this.
this will be- Don't this will be a quick one. I love, and I'm going to give it a big slap,
Yeah, give it a slap for me.
using super glue to fix your wounds.
Like it was intended.
Like it was
by
intended,
God.
yeah.
I like using super glue to fix things that I shouldn't necessarily, but I never fixed a wound.
It was made for wounds.
Was it?
Yeah.
What? So if I got super glue in a wound,
Well,
Well, I wouldn't just pour it in an open
No.
wound.
yeah, you want to get it around the wound.
You want to
yeah.
glue your skin back
Yeah,
together.
because
I
what does
understand.
super glue better than anything else on the planet?
Foreskin.
Well, it's
your
weird.
skin.
Sorry,
your
skin.
Your skin, yeah,
Your
skin.
skin to
yeah.
I
itself.
wasn't thinking about foreskin.
Yeah,
No, just skin.
Just skin.
Doesn't matter which type.
What I
Yeah.
meant to say was skin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Skin to skin.
yeah. Is
that right? Is
Yeah,
that the
yeah,
answer?
yeah. Because if you're trying to like glue a lamp together, what you'll inevitably end up doing is gluing your fingers together.
self
Yeah,
fingers
together.
it's
And your
really
dick.
good at gluing your fingers. Yeah.
It is, yeah.
So I've had a couple of I don't know. The seasons are changing, and I'm not getting enough vitamin Q, and tips of my fingers have been splitting. You know, it's very painful.
Yeah,
you know?
sure.
I had a very painful one on my main finger, my pointing.
Your
finger.
main finger?
My main
My primary
This
finger?
is my main finger.
No, it's a perfectly
Left index. Right in. Fuck. Right index.
Look, it's a perfectly normal thing that humans say.
My main
My
finger.
my main finger.
Oh no, my main finger is split.
My prime finger, my king finger.
Yeah.
King finger, like that.
I had a little split on it, and that was really painful.
Yeah.
Then it healed, and I was like,
pull it to put on your finger.
"No, I guess I'm a sore. I've got a sore little finger."
I didn't mean to go there.
Yeah.
I made a whoopsie on my finger.
Oh no! And
Now everyone's looking.
everybody's looking at me. Yeah. But that healed. It took ages, and now
Yeah.
I've developed both. I have a new split on my thumb.
Jesus Christ.
And
This
today,
is so boring.
And today I developed a cut on my finger while I was transforming Nick's Japanese transforming beetle cube.
That cut you did it.
I think it did.
Oh yeah, you did mention you were bleeding onto my cube.
I cut myself on a washing up liquid bottle this week. Look, there you go.
Oh,
There's a little.
vicious.
I can't believe you
There
took the conversation away from my
Yeah.
beetle cube.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Washing up liquid bottle. Anyway,
Yeah, you
what,
dodged a bullet there.
is this
wasn't
about
it?
my cube?
Is this about my cube?
Yeah. So my point is, I was like, you know what? Super glue, right? I think we've got some in the house.
Sounds like you're having a fucking breakdown.
I'm a middle-aged man.
It does sound like that.
I'm gonna fix myself with glue.
You're just falling apart. And you're gluing yourself back together.
You know what? And it works. It
We're
works.
talking about this like it's normal. Super glue yourself back together.
I've had a good week.
I
a good week.
other than the falling apart part.
Yeah, I'm a published author. If I want to glue my fingers together, that's my
What would
prerogative.
2000 AD say about this?
This is what a published author looks like, dickhead.
What would they be saying about this now?
This
We can't use him anymore.
thing is,
He super glues his
seriously
fingers
though,
together.
this is what I mean though. We've got to be careful because we're at that point in our lives now, and I've said this on a previous episode, where even if you've had the best week in your life,
I know.
you're only a quick stumble away from super gluing your hand to your ass.
Yes.
and then
And
that's
then
on,
being on the front
and
of the
that's on the
newspaper.
news, and
Yeah.
that's on the news.
That's it, isn't it?
Yeah.
We
Local-
have to be very careful. 'Cause
Yeah.
if a kid does that, it's fucking charming.
That's
It's
charming.
funny.
That's-
But if a 38-year-old man does that,
That's
He'll never work again.
That's never work
That's
again.
headline news in
Yeah.
Court
You're
Town.
ruined.
Yeah.
We've got to be so careful just stepping out the fucking front
Anything
door.
you turn up to, you the guy who super glued his hands to his ass.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Oh, not again.
The stakes are higher now because it'd be like local author found with hand ass
The
stuck.
the hand
Yeah.
ass. The more
Yeah.
success you glean,
Yeah.
and the older you get, the worse it'll be.
The harder the fall.
We should have
isn't
stayed
it?
younger and losers.
What we should have done is super glued our hand to our ass when we were young.
Yeah,
And
then
then
we'd be a
we would
successful
know.
podcast.
What got it out
yeah.
of our system?
Yeah.
Then we would, and then people would follow the podcast because they'd be like, "Oh, is that the
Oh, it's the
podcast?
hand ass
the
guys.
podcast with the guy who super glued his hand
Oh,
to his
what's
ass."
the conceit of that
Hand-to-ass
podcast you
combat.
love? Or every week they super glue their hand to their right buttock.
Yeah, that would get us more listeners.
To be fair,
God, it
anything-
actually would.
anything
That
wouldn't
would
it?
that would
yeah.
work very well.
Yeah. The super glue challenge on TikTok. That could be one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That must already be a thing.
It
Glue your
almost
hand to
definitely
your
is.
ass.
That
Yeah.
probably is already
Yeah.
a thing. Glue your hand to your face or something fucking stupid.
Anyway, this has been an ordeal.
Oh, yeah,
What
sure.
do we think won? Is it hate or is it a big slapping love?
slap
You
of
know,
love.
like we do on this show where
We
we slap
slap the
love.
loves.
We love
Yeah.
to slap the love.
Yeah, we do love to slap the love.
Well, I think it's hate.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. The greatest hate of all being for this podcast.
What were our hates?
A show called Hey, oh, you gotta listen more. They're gonna hate on everything, they never hold back. And when they love something, well, they'll give it a slap. But it's all in good fun. These three guys in their debates. Tune in, turn it up, and enjoy a show called Hey. so surreal.